Hello, everybody. Welcome to Charmed Persons. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Easter. Uh,
User!
totally, literally didn't even realize that it was Easter until this morning, and I got a text saying that. So, hey, happy Easter. Uh, Spoiler alert, this one shot is not Easter themed whatsoever. Not one thing happens that involves a rabbit or eggs. So, don't expect that. Um, but I literally forgot, and I was like, wow, what a missed opportunity. Um, anyway, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to be doing a one shot. Obviously, I'm just so used to her existence. Miranda Johnson's here, our special guest, who's
Yay!
joined us a couple times
What
now, a few
up?
times now. I think this is like your fourth time, maybe. And
Friend of the stream.
yeah, she'll be joining us today for this one shot with all new characters. So nothing like no inside jokes or anything that you're not a part of, which is nice. But uh, yeah, where this is the world of, or this is Tayaroth, which is the world that the campaign 2 is going to be taking place in, which is the last one shot, Oshana's 5. That's where that took place as well. Yeah, I know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This story takes place in Tayaroth. The year is 1145 AB. For those keeping track, this is a little over a decade before the assassination of Duke Alistair Corvo. We are in the waning months of fall, and winter is right around the corner. This specific story starts just north of the city of Barrington in the Forerush mines. In the mining camp. The Forerush mines have been the premier supplier of most of Barrington's resources for the past century. With such an illustrious past, this camp outside of the main mines themselves has developed into a small village. The camp is lined with 7-foot wooden walls that would not keep out the determined thief, but provide plenty of protection to the native wildlife that surrounds the camp in the Hulk Eid forest. The large entrance to the mines themselves sits at the back of the camp, and the majority of the real estate within the camp has been taken over by the mine workers and their families. Rows and rows of small one-room shacks snake throughout the camp, providing housing and housing to the workers and their immediate families. A large pavilion at the center with two large, extremely large double doors that form the fifth wall that are open currently act as the mess hall for the encampment. Various merchants and craftsmen have made their home here as well, selling supplies and wares. A small economy has kind of sprouted here over time. The encampment is bustling with movement and population because the recent attacks on the mine workers has shut down all production and led to low supplies and bored as well as frustrated workers. It's only a matter of time before things in the camp got out of hand. So, the forewoman of the Forerush mines, a woman by the name of Dreama Hornbill, has sent out word that help is needed. And her call has been answered by a few interested persons. We flash to the main gates of the Forerush mines as a figure is ushered in after providing the poster that they had found during their travels. Angie, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, so I walk up. I am a small halfling that looks to be brutally goth. Uh, Black hair, black clothes with like flecks of red, a little red and gold pendant on my lapel here. Just can't really tell what it is. If
Uh-huh.
anybody looked at it, they wouldn't really know. It's not anything familiar. Have a bunch of scars across my cheek right here. Again, no one really knows why. Nobody asks questions. And I have a double-bladed scimitar just like draped over my back, and I walk up and hand. Are we talking to Dima?
You're not talking to Dima yet. You're talking to one of the workers at the front gates. There is some security here, super lax. You can tell that many of the protections that are around this camp are mainly meant for the wildlife. Persons are able to walk in and out pretty freely. But yeah, just one of the main miners who's at the front kind of spots you and takes a look at the poster and points you in the direction of Dreama's hut in the middle of the camp. You make your way there. And her hut is next to the mess hall. It's a little bit bigger than the other huts, but honestly probably only about 2 or 3 rooms. Probably one for her to sleep in, one for her to have her office, maybe something else. As you approach this main hut, you see that there is an actual security person with their spear, and they're currently talking to another figure who has been ushered in here and is talking to this main guard. Matt, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. My name is Peter. Human, probably like 19 years old, wearing, dirty denim jeans, work boots, a little bit of armor. Looks like hasn't taken a shower in a while. Just kind of like a rough and tumble blue collar guard.
Yeah, and he looks at you and he says, right, yeah, Dreama, she's in here. You can just go ahead and step right on inside and wait in the main lobby there. Oh, are you here for the job too? And he points past Peter and to you, Hadley.
I just look at him and I just go,
yeah, well, you're definitely not from around here, so I'll take that as a yes. Yeah, go ahead, both of you, go ahead. And you both walk up the stairs, open up the creaky wooden door, and inside there is just kind of like a wooden, basically bar, except it's just cut very short, and there's a person kind of doing some paperwork, a human woman with blonde hair that's has a little bit of it pulled back and the rest of it falling down over her shoulders. And she kind of looks up and she says, Hi, yes, welcome. I'm sure you're here to see Dreama. Please join. And she gestures over, and you see another figure sitting in a chair who apparently already arrived and has been waiting. Miranda, would you like to describe your character?
Hello, my name is Sunflower Devil. I'm a half orc, and I've been in the military and just been fighting people a long time now. Also with my double-bladed scimitar as well.
All right. Yeah.
Hello.
You see, Hadley. You see,
immediately I'm like, yeah,
a similar weapon choice.
Cool.
And the woman at the front desk just kind of like nods and she's just been such a sweetheart, waiting here so patiently. Yeah, go ahead and just join Miss Sunflower here. I think we're just waiting for one more, and then Dreama will see you guys. Thanks. She continues her paperwork. Yeah, of course. Continues her paperwork, and as you guys are all sitting here, waiting, the door opens, and a large, imposing figure kind of ducks their head and walks into this hut. Emily, would you like to describe your character?
Kima Braveheart. I'm a Goliath. Probably the looming presence that you feel like is about to come in the door is immediately shattered when you actually see her. Very right here and just looking around with a lot of amazement. Totally bald, with a little bit more ornate armor than you maybe normally see on a Goliath. It's chainmail, but there might be little glints of sparkle here and there. And it all connects to sort of a headpiece here. And she walks in and is kind of just looking at her level for a minute, and then sees everybody else, is immediately drawn to the halfling and just kneels down next to you and goes, "Oh my goodness, look at you!"
Step away. Step away.
Oh, she would just try to hug you.
Oh. What do you do?
I'll try to like duck.
Okay.
As she like comes in.
Both of you make opposed dexterity checks. Just straight up dexterity.
Opposed dexterity. 16.
You try to duck away, but her arms she's got a range on her wingspan that you did not expect, and she just continues to wrap you in and just picks you up in a big bear hug.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like you before!
I just, in like being crushed, I just go, I am the darkness!
Oh, yes, you are! I just put her back down, pat her on the head, and then turn to the woman at the desk.
She looks at you, and her eyes are just so wide. And she's like, well, hello, yes, I'm assuming you're here for the job as well, to see Miss Hornbill. Wonderful.
Yes, I am. Kima Braveheart. Nice to meet you.
Oh, well, and she extends her hand. Wonderful to meet you, too. She steps up and stands up from presumably the stool that she's sitting on behind the counter. And she stands up and walks over to the door to the right. Okay, well, I'll let Miss Hornbill know that you are all here. Just give me just a moment. And she steps inside and closes the door. Brief moment. Opens the door back up. If all of you would like to come in, please, and meet Miss Hornbill. And she gestures all of you inside.
As we walk in, I will like try to make myself last and look up at Kima and just like flip out my scimitar and put it right to like her chin and just say, if we're gonna work together, you never touch me again.
Okay.
And then walk in.
The human woman just kind of like, oh, well, I see. Okay, well, good luck. And she shuts the door. And as all of you enter this office, you see a dragonborn woman. She has silver scales that seem to be kind of like covered in soot and scuffs. She definitely is an older dragonborn woman, has clearly worked with her hands most of her life. And she's shitting. She's sitting behind a desk with like a leather jacket on with no sleeves, with the collar kind of pulled up, and this like leather vest on. She's leaned back with her scaled feet up on her desk, kind of just not in any boots or anything, just breathing open in the air. And she looks at all of you and says, howdy, welcome in. Welcome to Forerush Mines. Please take a seat. Take a seat.
Hey there. Is this an audition? Because I need a second to like prep myself before.
No.
Just kind of like go through my exercises.
And she kind of like laughs and then takes her feet down, leans forward. No, I don't think I'm gonna need to be testing any of your abilities. It's you're entering these mines of your own, fruition. So that whatever you're capable of doing, I trust in your abilities. If not, then I don't have to pay you. So, well, welcome. My name is Dima Hornbill. I see that all of you have received news of this job. I appreciate all of you making your way here. So, before I get into the job a little bit, I think I'd like you all to maybe introduce yourselves a little bit. So let's start with...
Kima Braveheart. Nice to meet you.
All right. Well, welcome. And she shakes your hand, kind of surprised by the strength of it. And she leans back and says, well, Kima, how'd you hear about the job?
I'm just kind of doing a little bit of traveling right now. I saw a flyer in the tavern, and here I am.
Wonderful. All right. Well, great. Nice to meet you. Glad you're here.
Hello. I'm Sunflower Devil. I've seen a lot of people die.
Oh. All right.
Me too.
Well, I'm sorry that you've had to deal with that, but I suppose that happens in your line of work. Pleasure to meet you. Very nice. Lovely
That
voice.
just means I'm talented.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I fully believe you. How about you, young man? What's your name?
My name's Peter, and I can make my tongue look like a 4-leaf clover.
Really?
Will you show us?
I would like to see that.
Is he able to do it, or is that what they see?
What
That's
role
what
would
they-
that be?
That's what they see.
Oh,
I've been practicing pretty hard for like many months now, so I'm pretty good at it.
I think I might be a little bit confused about what a clover is.
yeah, maybe me as well. Are you? Do you know what this is for? This job?
Yeah, I'm going to use my big sword to fight things in the mine, I believe.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, I just want to make sure you seem a little young, so I just want to make sure that
This is actually my second job, but that
Oh.
doesn't. The first job went a-okay as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Well, like I said, to be honest, I don't really have any dog in the fight. I just need the job done. So I guess that leaves you.
Poster in the tavern,
Yeah. Right.
and I like hand it to her.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that does look right. I'm glad that they got the advertisement right. So, what's your name?
Hadley.
Hadley. All right. Well, nice to meet you all. And as you are talking to Dima, the door opens again with a creak, and you all see a dwarven man enter. Bald front half of his skull with kind of just a blanket of black hair that starts about halfway down or halfway back. Thick black beard that's pretty well trimmed and well kept until it comes into a nice braid that falls to about the center of his chest. He's got a bunch of leather armor on. Well, actually, at first glance, you assume it to be armor, but then you look a little bit closer, and it seems to be just like workman's attire. It seems to be he's one of the miners here, one of the mine workers. Has a large pickaxe currently strapped to his back, and he enters. And Dima gestures, and she says, "Ah, yes, Boris, welcome. Please come on, sit down." And Boris comes, and he sits. And his brows just kind of furrowed, and he turns and he looks, and he just nods to all of you. And she says, "This is Boris Duvenkind. He was, well, he's the only person to have, he rescued the only survivor of the first attacks. And also Boris has been one of our best workers here for the past couple decades, and he's going to be the one that's going to take you guys through the Forerush mines to the sites of the attacks, as well as helping you on this expedition. Ain't that right, Boris?" And Boris kind of looks at all of you, and he says, "Yes, I will be helping you along the way." And
I like you.
and he kind of like nods to
Ema
you.
really wants to squeeze him, and she really keeps herself under control.
And Dima kind of sits back and she says, "All right, well, now that all 5 of you are here, I guess I'll go ahead and let you in on exactly what's been going around. But before I do, I need you all to sign a little something for me." And she takes out 4 pieces of parchment and slides them towards you on her desk.
Hema starts signing without a second thought.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
For those of you who do, if any of you do take the time to read it, it is a simple non-disclosure agreement that states that whatever you fight and or find in the Forerush mines is between you and the Forerush Mining Company only, and cannot be shared outside of that agreement.
I take 10 minutes to read over it slowly.
Okay.
And then
Just
sign it.
one page, 10 minutes. That's I'll sign it.
Yeah.
So, like, if I saw a really cool bird in the cave and I couldn't tell anybody about it, or would that be all right?
Well, I mean, listen, I'll level with you. Technically, no, you would not be allowed to. But however, I would say just use your own discretion.
That's all I needed
Bird
to
is
hear.
in a
Thank you
cage.
very much.
Yeah, all right. All of you sign it over. About 9 minutes and 30 seconds later, Dima's like,
Disclosure.
Dima's like, Peter, do you have any questions?
I'm sure I'll have questions once I understand the gist of it.
Okay, all right. Do you eventually sign it?
Yeah, I meant to sign it.
I already forget how you described what Dima looks like, but in my head, she is played by Kathy Bates.
she's a silver dragonborn. I could definitely see Kathy Bates playing her for sure. She kind of looks over at you, Peter, and thanks you, and says, "All right, now, business out of the way. Let's get down to the dirty." So, about a few weeks ago, well, actually, let me go back even further. A couple months ago, we started making our way further into the mountains here, or the underground, trying to find more resources. As you know, the Forerush mines, as I'm sure you know, the Forerush mines have been around for quite some time, so we have quite an expansive system down there, and we've utilized most of the resources in this area, but we're constantly looking for more. A couple months ago, we came across a natural pocket, a cavern, where we decided to go ahead and set up a continuation camp. That's something that we do if we've gone a certain distance within a mine. We'll set up a continuation camp that acts kind of as a forward operating base for people to come and stay there weeks at a time, then make their way further into the mines. So we had a continuation camp set up. Then a couple months passed, we started a tunnel, and the workers found something. They came across some kind of danger. We're not quite sure what. There were no survivors from the initial attack, save for one person. Boris here was going down towards the continuation camp. He was going to start his 2-week stint, and that's when he came across Neve. Neve was crawling back away from the continuation camp, and Boris, you go ahead. And Boris kind of steps up and says, I was alone, and I saw Neve crawling towards me from continuation camp. He was covered in some kind of tan dust. I do not know what it was. But he was rambling and making nonsense, speaking gibberish. I did not understand him. He could barely move and barely stand up. I had to physically carry him all the way back through the mines, bring him here. And Dima kind of nods her head and says, and immediately, as is policy, we shut down production, and I sent a squadron of my security team in there. And let me level with you. You know, the underground does come with its dangers, but, you know, our security team has never had to, you know, they're not military trained, and they never had to be. Any obstacles, any problems that we ran into down there could be taken care of by our mine workers, if anything else. So they weren't the most well-trained, and apparently that didn't help them because, well, they never returned. So I obviously can't use any more of my team. The remaining surviving members are, 1, too scared to go, and 2, I need them to protect the mining camp here. So that's when I sent out word for help, and y'all are the first ones to respond. Boris here, like I said, he knows the area better than anybody, definitely better than me. He's going to be the one to take you down the continuation camp, and I think if he's alright with it, he's going to help you take care of whatever problem's down there. Now, like I said, we don't know what happened. The only evidence that we have is Neve and that tan dust that was around him. You can talk to Neve before you go in, if you want. He's not been making a lot of sense lately, but could be worth a shot. As far as supplies go, pretty much whatever you came in with is all we have to offer. We can offer you 2 regular healing potions. They're the last that we have, so we're giving you literally the last that we have until any more supplies come in, and that's not going to be for a couple weeks now. But they're yours to have if you want them. And other than that, that's pretty much all the information that we've got for you. It's a still relatively new problem, and we're just hoping that you guys can take care of it for us. So, let's talk payment. Right now, you will receive 50 gold each, and then upon your return, and upon Boris's approval that the problem has been taken care of, you will receive an additional 100 gold. For a total of 150.
That's a lot of gold. I'm buying my mom a house.
That's a lovely thing to hear, son. I hope you do that.
That's very kind, but practically speaking, just looking from your point of view, you can hold on to my 50 gold until I get back. If I die down there and you never find me, you shouldn't lose your 50 gold.
Well, I must say I do very much appreciate that kind of forefrontness. Sure. We will
I'd like
keep
to
it.
ask a follow-up
I
question.
could hold on to it, you know, if you guys, if that would be easiest for everybody.
No, wait a minute.
I think
using-
realistically, if I die, you will die. So I think the best thing is for them to hold on to it.
So I'm not gonna die, but okay.
Go ahead, Angie.
My question is similar to Sunflower. Was that correct? And provided fewer than go in come out, will the gold be distributed to the surviving parties?
Mm-hmm.
That is not necessarily a thing that we like to advertise, just because should any foul
We don't
play
like to advertise.
should any foul play be had, then nobody receives any gold, and that's definitely not something we want to encourage. But yes, should one or more of you perish, the rest of the gold will be evenly distributed.
If I were to die, but the job still gets finished, can you make sure that my mom gets a new house?
Son, I want to say yes, but no, I can't do that. I don't know who you
Oh.
are
Oh,
or
if
your
I
mother
survive,
is.
I'll make sure your mom gets a house.
All
I
right,
literally,
thanks.
I was gonna look and be like, I'll make sure your mom gets a house.
Oh wow, this is nice. Thank you all.
On
I
your
roll my
journey,
eyes.
make sure to tell them who your mother is and where you live and stuff. And yeah, we really don't have the time to be getting
It's
into
hard
all
to
that
know
right
where
now.
she lives. She doesn't have a house yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just walk. I'm like, where are we going? Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. Well, Boris, you can take them wherever they want to go. And she takes out 4 sacks of coin, and takes back one of them, and then hands Hadley, Peter, and Sunflower each 50 gold. And then Boris stands up and looks at all of you and says, "All right, where would you like to go? Straight to the mines? Would you like to talk to Neve?"
Let's talk to Neve.
Yeah, we should talk to Neve.
"All right, I will take you to the infirmary. However, I must tell you, I do not think that he will be of much help." And he starts walking away and exits the office. As you all exit Dima's office, you see her human assistant walk over with the 2 regular healing potions. Who would like to take care of these?
I'll take one of them.
Okay, there you go.
Sure.
And okay, wonderful. Good luck and go kill. Okay, and she walks over behind her counter and continues her work. Boris just doesn't even break stride, continues walking.
I'm like right up on him. I'm ready to fucking kill something.
He looks down
But
at
in like
you.
a non-excited way.
Yeah. He looks down at you as you're walking next to him. You seem to have an aggressive nature for someone of your size. I like that.
I like it too.
I like it too.
Good. You seem to have the opposite situation happening with you. You seem to have a very relaxed nature for someone of your size. I don't
Thank
like
you.
it as much.
Oh, you'll it balances itself out. Trust me.
Okay. And you guys continue to walk through the camp. People are definitely catching some looks. In all seriousness, a lot of people lost good friends and family members in these attacks, and so people do seem to be a little bit downtrodden, and definitely seem to be looking at you with weariness whether that be for your sake or for theirs. It's a little bit hard to read, but as you guys approach a large tent, not a wooden shack, not built by any structure of any kind, but a very large canvas tent that you walk into. There's several cots laid out, all of them empty except for one, and there's currently a human man in a like kind of cotton white long coat. That is more of an apron, really, that is looking down at the person on the cot, and then turns and says, "Oh, hello, Boris, and the rest of you. Hi, nice to see you. I'm sure you're here to see Neve.
Kima Braveheart, nice to meet you.
Wonderful." And he lifts up his hand. He's covered in blood.
Oh my god.
He's like, probably not the best time.
I grab
Fair
his
enough.
hand
Oh.
and I.
I need to take a step outside.
Roll
for a second.
roll a perception check.
Me.
Yeah.
A
is this group?
perception.
Yeah.
Oh god. That is a 7.
7. It's definitely blood. It's definitely
Cool.
blood. Yeah.
I look at him and I say, "Where'd you get that?"
And he points behind him, and you see an older man lying on this cot. You see Neve Rushan is his name. He is, like I said, an older man with gray hair, kind of balding on top. It's more so on the sides, and it's pretty short. However, there's a big scar on the top of his head that is bandaged and already starting to become soaked in blood. A big, huge bandage across his chest and ribs as well that is already starting to soak in blood. And his eyes are just so wide and his pupils are extremely dilated. And he's just kind of like looking and just like mumbling to himself. Boris looks at the rest of you and he says, "This is Neve Rushan. He is the survivor that I found in the mines. Go ahead, whatever you want. Just try not to hurt the man."
I
Kima
get-
Braveheart, nice to meet you.
No response from Neve.
I pat. So I'm not left hanging.
Okay.
I get a little queasy around blood, so I'm just gonna
Oh my
pace
God.
around the lobby a little bit if you guys need me.
Okay, yeah. It's a pretty wide tent. They're in the back, so you're kind of able to go back towards the front of the tent, sit down on one of the unused cots and catch yourself for a second. Does anybody ask Neve anything? Or?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I don't mean to be naive or anything, but we was wondering if you knew anything. Could you just kind of tell us your story about what happened, and maybe it'll help us better solve this issue?
You look down at Neve and you kind of like grab his attention as he's like been rambling off to the side, and he looks at you and he's rambling, but you kind of get glimpses of things that he says. The smell stung my nostrils. Putrid smell stung my nostrils. Their eyes. Their eyes. Are they eyes? Are they eyes? Eyes. Were they eyes? I see them. They see me. And then the only other thing that you can kind of make out is he just keeps saying evil clouds over and over again.
Is there any? Does he have any of the like tan dust on him or like in his hair or anything, or has he been
Go
cleaned
ahead.
off?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, I have advantage. 17.
17. Frustratingly, the first thing you notice is a bunch of like tan stained cloths in like a water bucket down below, meaning that they like washed all of it off. And like you're like annoyed by that because like that definitely could have helped you. But then you start to like look at his hair, and even though it's short, there's still some remnants of the tan dust in his hair where the bandage is not wrapped around.
Can I just like put my hand in, like, You know how like people like swoof their hair?
Yeah.
Can I just do that and then bring my hand up and like
Yeah.
look and see if I got any of the dust?
Yeah, for sure. We'll go ahead and keep that same investigation roll going. So you do that. You take out. It's hard to determine. It's definitely, you definitely have some of the tan dust on you. It's super. What's the best way to describe this? It's incredibly small, so it's not grainy. It's almost like once it gets on you, it's almost an immediate stain. There's not something that you can like feel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it's not as if something bigger was broken down. It's as if
Is it-
this thing is like it's like made up of incredibly incredibly small particles.
Gotcha. So like if I was to look at my hand, I wouldn't see dust on it. It would look like I got like a coffee spill or something.
Exactly. You wouldn't see dust. It would be as if you ran your hands through like similar to even more even less dust like than like those color runs, you know? Where it's like there's not like a, even though those do have kind of like a grainy thing.
Almost
I'm
like
trying
chalk.
But it's like the
Even-
aftermath, like on a
but
shirt or
even
something.
more
It's like
dusty
the
than
spill.
chalk. Yeah. It's like, so yeah, you don't see anything physical on your hand. It's almost as if like, you know, you got a mustard stain on your fingers, if that makes
Okay.
sense. It's like as
Cool.
soon as
So
it
there's
comes
like there's
into
a transition.
exactly like on his
happens.
hair, it looks like particles at points, but as soon as there's any pressure applied, it just becomes like practically
Wow.
liquid. Which just shows that it's like it's not becoming liquid, but it just shows how fine it is. It's
Yeah.
incredibly like yeah.
It's like essentially mixing with my like the fluids in my skin.
Exactly.
It's so
yeah.
fine, yeah.
Actually, go
Okay.
ahead and make a go ahead and make a nature check.
16.
16. This is, you're not a scientist, you're not a botanist, you know, so you don't know exactly what this is, but this is some kind of plant product.
Oh, okay.
This is not like mineral. This is organic, if that makes sense.
Cool. Noted.
Yeah.
I do all that and I like am like investigating my hand and like being all weird, and then I just look at him and I say, "Thank you for your help." And I like go to the back.
He doesn't even acknowledge your existence. He's just continuing to say the same things over again. Eyes, were they eyes? Eyes, putrid smell, evil clouds, evil clouds. Just kind of saying the same stuff over and over again.
Could I do like some sort of history check to see if I have seen this in like my experiences?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. I would say history or nature, whichever's higher for you.
They're both -1.
I would say you definitely have no clue what this is. Kima, Peter, probably the same.
Peter's not even here. He's like in the
Yeah,
lobby.
exactly. Oh, yeah, Peter's. Yeah, exactly. Peter's not even there.
I probably followed my new friend to see, well, what did you discover?
Yeah.
As soon as she walked away, and she.
What'd you get?
18?
18. With an 18, I would say. With an 18. You don't know what attacked this man, but you kind of connect the phrase evil clouds and the dust that is in Hadley's hand and the fact that she says it's like organic. This is spores. This is something that produced spores, specifically spores. Let's say that's what you can glean with that 18. So, knowing that, you know that inhaling whatever this is could be what has caused Neve's current condition. Also could be the giant gash on his head. You're not quite sure.
Porque no los dos.
Porque no los dos. Yeah, exactly. Anybody else do anything with Neve? Or?
No, before I walk away, I say thank you so much for all your help.
Evil clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Boris kind of looks at the rest of you and he says, well, did you determine anything from this?
Did you say out loud, Sunflower Devil, what you discovered?
So I just want to put it out there. This stuff is pretty nasty. Maybe don't touch it a whole bunch. It's sort of like when I got a hole in my wall when I was teaching, and the kids started sticking their hands in there, and I said, "Don't stick your hands in there. It's insulation. It's gonna make it itchy." It's sort of like that.
Oh, right.
Wait, you were a teacher.
In a past life, yeah.
Well, it is very nice of you. Teachers do not get enough appreciation. Well, maybe you should wash your hand then, Adley.
Never.
Oh, okay, yes. I will say that does kind of make sense then that you say that. When I saved Neve and he was covered in that dust, some of that journey back through the mines is a little foggy for me.
Okay, I am all for protecting. So, is there any way that you could give us, I don't know, some breathing mechanisms to make it a little safer for us? Or
I could give you cloth.
Yeah, we could fashion some masks, maybe.
This is about all that I have, unfortunately.
Masks are the most safe preventative measure for airborne
All right.
I've heard that.
entities.
Well, great. Let's go
I
talk
don't
to Lyra.
believe in math.
What'd you say?
I don't believe in math.
Oh.
Well, they definitely exist. It's weird that you think that the thing. Strange.
They are real.
Well, let's go talk to Lyra. And he takes you just to a small hut that's randomly in a line of some of these shacks, and he knocks on the door. A human woman with long gray hair opens the door, and she's kind of immediately like weary, like, hi. Oh, hey, Boris, what's up? And Boris says, we're going into the mines. These are the people that are going with me. Apparently that dust that Neve was covered in is not good for our lungs. We need... And she just immediately shuts the door. And then
no.
a few minutes later comes back, opens the door, just enough once again to just kind of like hand Boris just like 5 like medium towel size pieces of black fabric. And then she shuts the door. And he looks over at you and he says, she's a woman of few words. And he hands each of you a piece of black fabric long enough for you to tie over your nose and mouth, but thin enough to be able to breathe through. It might not help you immensely, but...
I should probably have to tuck it into my headpiece a little because it's not quite long enough.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
actually
tie
have to
it
like
right
make
here.
you have to like tie the corners together and loop those over your ears. Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do.
Without speaking or like making any whatsoever like attention to myself, I do the same thing and like loop.
Yeah. All right. So Boris kind of leads the rest of you to the main mine area. As you approach, you see that there are like fresh wooden, basically, what are those things that are like police barriers? They're barrier. I guess I should just call them barriers, but like long plank with like the tripods on each end. You know what I'm talking about? Like what are those called?
Yeah.
Blockade, barricade.
Yeah.
You see some of those newly put up with signs basically saying that the Forerush mines have been closed due to recent attacks. Boris just pushes through those, pulls one aside.
Boris, I think they're closed.
Is that joke? That's funny if that's joke. If not joke, I don't know if I want you to come with us.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Roll a deception check.
Oh boy.
Oh, I might take one of these barriers that you also might refer to as a sawhorse, because I need one for my tool shed.
Oh, wonderful. You can definitely take one when we come back and open the mines.
A 7?
He looks
no!
he looks at you and he says, actually, he doesn't say anything. He just kind of rolls his eyes and continues to walk forward. He walks
Kima
up
definitely
to...
thinks that she fooled him.
He walks
Yeah.
up to this. Basically, it kind of looks almost like the last section of a line to get onto a roller coaster. There's like these tracks set up with entrances on these tracks. There's like 5 tracks that each have a mine cart currently sitting at them. The thing that you immediately notice about these mine carts is that they're very large. They are about 10 to 15 feet long, about 5 feet deep, meant to carry a lot of resources. They're basically like dumpster size, like modern day dumpster size, if not longer. And he approaches and he says, all right, well, these carts will take us most of the way, and then we will have to travel on foot to the continuation camp. Anybody?
We get to ride. We ride these carts.
Yes, it's not as fun as you think.
Do we each
Okay.
get our own cart, or do we
No,
have to ride together?
we will all have to fit into one cart, yes. It
Uh,
will...
When is the last inspection done?
I'm not sure, but production has only been shut down for a couple of months, so everything should be fine.
What are the odds that we all come out alive? 'Cause I'm
Very
Got it.
good, yes.
all right. Okay, cool.
Kima starts to climb into a cart.
And you do see that because these are so large, and because often dwarves are a part of these mines, there are ladders built into the sides of the mines. It's literally just like indentions into the cart that act as a ladder. Easily enough, you can all climb up. And does anybody... I mean, everybody gets into the cart, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle. Boris then takes this like long hooked stick that is in the cart and lifts it over the side and pulls this lever, and you start rolling down this track very slowly. But after the first like 10 feet, there's a slight decline and you start going. You're holding your hands up like this, and I mean, you guys are like, you could be sprinting faster than this for sure. Like definitely, like it's definitely like this is going to be good for you over a distance, but it's not the fastest thing in the world. So as the sounds of the mining camp fades away, and you continue your descent into the mines.
Ooh.
You just all you hear around you is just the sound of the cart along the track as you go. Wooden frames line the walls and ceiling, keeping the support of the tunnel intact. The 5 tracks are all within sight of you for the first like half mile, and then after a while each track slowly starts to fade until you're eventually just going down one small tunnel. People have not been in here in weeks, and so none of the torches are currently active, so you're completely surrounded by darkness. Boris tells you without even asking. He says, "No use to try to light torch. The wind will not allow us to have one." So you're a human. You're a halfling. Do halflings have dark vision?
No.
Do Goliaths have dark vision? I know half orcs do. Boris and Sunflower are the only ones who can even see anything right now. The rest of you, basically, for the first chunk of the trip, you're able to like make out shapes because of the distant lights from the entrance. But eventually, nothing happens, and you can't even see your hand waving in front of your face. But eventually, your eyesight is brought back because there is a small blue glow as you see that Boris brings out this like blue gem that is glowing that basically just acts as like a glow stick. So it's still pretty dim light, but you guys are able to see everything. And he looks at the rest of you and just kind of starts making small talk, and he says, "So, have all of you done a lot of killing of creatures?"
Yes. Yep.
That's all I do.
Oh,
All the time.
good.
A couple times.
Well, that's good to know.
I am a monster that destroys other monsters.
Yes, you are.
I like look at Kima, then I look away.
I am just a mine worker. I've gotten into my fair share of scrapes here and there, but never had to really call myself a mercenary or adventurer of any kind. So, I am a little nervous, if I am to be honest.
Once you make your first kill, you'll be fine.
Every job is an important job. Don't doubt yourself.
If this dust that we found on Neve, if it is spores, what could have attacked our people?
I'm sorry, say that again.
If the dust that was on Neve was spores, what could have attacked our people?
That's what we're gonna
Sounds
find
like
out,
evil
I think.
clouds.
Probably evil cloud.
I hope it's
Yeah.
not evil cloud. That would not be fun for me.
If it is an evil cloud, we will kill it.
Well, just so you know, the
Okay.
plan is for us to make it to the continuation camp. But however, it will take us almost an entire day's worth of travel to get there. This mine system is quite expensive. Once we get to the continuation camp, we will sleep there for a night, and then we will continue down the most recent tunnel where the, well, danger was discovered. Does that sound good to all of you?
It's gonna take a full
Yeah.
day in like the darkness, mostly.
Yes.
All right, I actually think I'm gonna head out.
Unfortunately, Peter, I cannot stop the cart. We are already
Oh, all right.
on our
dang it,
way.
all
Or
right.
is this joke? Are you joking?
Yes.
Roll a deception check. At advantage because it's in the dark and you can kind
This
of hide your face.
Whole thing. This is just called the joke episode.
This is a joke.
14.
14, he kind of like, okay, your jokes are different than ones I tell. As the
Got
day continues, all of you eventually make your way over an entire day's worth of travel through various minecart paths, getting off one onto another, until eventually you have to start traveling on foot. You then travel on foot for about an hour or two before Boris finally says, I think we are getting close. So, because some of you don't have dark vision, would all of you be using torches? Would only some of you be using torches? How are you guys using your light sources coming through there?
I will definitely have a torch out.
Okay, Peter's got a torch.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold a torch if there's a torch.
Okay, Sunflower, are you just gonna use the lights given to you by everybody else? What about you, Hadley?
I will be flanking directly out of the light, like myself out of the rings of light, but that I can
Yes.
still see. So I'm following the lights
Okay, wonderful.
in front of me, but I'm in the shadows.
Wonderful.
And I'm occasionally trying to find you with my light.
So all of you should currently see just a black
I feel like
screen
you've imprinted on me.
on roll 20. Am I right? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
black screen.
So
I'm
go
scared.
ahead
I'm the darkness.
and put your tokens on the screen
Oh
for
no.
me. Okay, I got yours, Peter. I'll edit that here in just a second. Got you, Hadley. Got you, Sunflower. Got you, Kima. Alright.
This is so cool, Zach.
Disappearing.
So you guys don't see your tokens as of right now, right?
No,
Oh,
I've never
okay.
seen a token in my life.
Okay, Kima.
Wow.
Wow, that's funny. Okay, so Kima.
Deception check.
I was being serious.
This is really just like a little character background for me. This is really hard to like be emotionless. I'm like having to fight like being like, oh, I'm so excitable naturally. How do I do this? So I just try to channel Aubrey Plaza.
I like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun.
I would love to watch Aubrey Plaza play D&D.
Same. I
Yes,
would
she
watch
does.
Aubrey Plaza do just about anything.
I got to see her do a talkback for that Little Hours movie at the
yeah.
Music Box, and she rode out on a broom like it was a horse.
What
And I
is your
said,
love that.
"Uh-oh, I'm in
what is
love."
your night vision distance, Sunflower? You should have you dark vision up to, it should say. And if it doesn't, I think I know. but-
60
60 great.
feet.
Great.
Wow, shut up. This is so cool. Roll 20 is so cool.
Oh, I gave Hadley the dark vision.
No, thank you. I am the darkness.
But you do have vision
Hadley
for
is
lights.
the darkness.
And then Sunflower.
I am dark vision.
So all of you should be able to see now.
Ooh.
Yes.
Little.
Cool.
Let me put Boris out here with y'all.
We're
Piskapa. Wait, I can be a D.
Whoa. That's if you pass out. We have to do that.
Yeah.
Turn you around.
What's happening? What
A
is
D does look like a P that's fainted. Oh god. Look at you go.
Look at me go.
I just imagine we're doing this and you're just twirling. Peter!
Peter.
Boris is here again. Invoke
Yeah,
duplicity.
Okay.
Yeah, what's going on with Boris? Why can't he see anything? Hold on just a second. The stream is capturing Boris's point of view, which is why I need to fix that.
Boris thinks he's the main character.
He
Got
does.
one coming, Boris.
Main character
Let's
energy.
kill him. So here's my plan, you guys. Worst comes to worst, we push Boris in the evil cloud and we run.
Oh yeah.
I don't
And
like
we
to
tell
make
him,
plans with people,
that
but
it was Boris's fault.
yeah, we say Boris did it the whole
The whole
time,
thing.
and then we get our
We
gold,
solved
and
it.
we say we killed him, and then
There
we
we
get the
go.
gold.
Good.
Okay. So, this is where you all start. Boris is like, I think I hear something, or like, I think I see us coming up here. And he points in the direction that you all are heading. What do you do?
Keep
Uh,
walking.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
probably get to going. I don't know about you, but just waiting here starting to bore us.
Keep
Oh
walking.
no. Oh no. I walk very quickly past. I cannot be bothered with the shadows anymore.
Oh no, a fork in the road.
Oh god. Choices. Oh.
Before we go any further, I just need to tell you all, Sandra, that's my mom's name.
Oh yeah. Sandra, we might need a little more information. We had this whole cart ride. I can't believe we just stayed silent and you didn't tell us about your mom.
Sunflower, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh shit. Enough about Sandra.
11.
Just like over here in this area for you. I think you can see that, can't you? Where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
You hear some rustling over there. What is it?
There's some wrestling over there.
Wrestling?
Somebody's wrestling?
Wrestling?
Wrestling.
Oh, rustling.
Oh, wrestling.
What do we do?
I
Wrestling.
pull out my scimitar and I point it towards. I'm like scanning, like I don't know where.
Yeah, you don't see anything where she just pointed it out to. Go ahead.
Kima, just
Go ahead, everybody, and make a group stealth check for me.
Oh no.
Sure, no problemo.
19.
Boris got a 17.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, okay, that's 2 failures.
Peter.
I rolled a 20, but I have disadvantage on stealth checks. So
Oh my
that's
God.
a 14.
Okay. All of you above a 10 other than, well above a 10 other than Peter. So you're good. So Peter, like, gets his foot caught on one of the wooden tracks and starts to fall. And Kima, you just reach out and grab the back of his shirt and pull him
They
back
got me.
up.
They got me.
Yes, I do got you. I do got
Oh,
you.
wow, thank you.
They got me.
As you start to slowly creep forward, Sunflower, you see over here behind this large tent that seems to be tattered and torn.
There's a tent.
You see, she can see it.
Oh,
You
shit.
see 2
Oh shit.
figures hunched over, like digging at something, and you can't really make out what they are.
It looks like there's 2 of them over there at least. I think I'm gonna make a move.
Sadly running away.
No, I wanted to see what, because it keeps changing and like
Yeah.
this is exciting.
It's
Sorry.
fun, isn't it? It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Uh,
Hadley running away?
Boris,
No,
went-
never.
Boris walks up. Hold on, I think I see it.
I'm gonna creep.
Oh, I definitely see a couple of little trolley kind of things.
There's one over behind. You guys have stealth, so they can't see you. There's one directly behind the tent that can barely be seen, but because it's torn and tattered, can be seen. And there's one to the right of the tent that's kind of the same way. They're both, but their backs towards you. Currently, haven't seen the party.
So we're going towards the creatures.
You are. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're asking this.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my
I'm-
great axe.
Oh,
It's like
Rushing
if we
in.
walked
Go.
all the way up the track
Go.
where that cart is, and then right in front of that, there's one of those duties, and right behind the tent.
So should we split up?
I'll
That
go.
might be
I'll
a
go
good
left.
idea.
I will do whatever you guys tell
Me
me
too.
to do.
I'm gonna go with the little one.
Of course you are.
Well, I'll go right.
I will go
Uh,
with Sunflower.
I'll keep watch.
Peter stays back.
Yeah, I'll keep watch back
can-
here.
Can I see? Does Peter have any notable like protection? Like, did you describe if you had a weapon or anything?
I do have a big great sword, but
Oh,
no,
okay, cool.
but no armor on at all. Just like
Oh
a
my God.
ratty shirt.
Okay, cool.
Is she?
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that I left you with something. But I guess I get your gold if you die. So never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep creeping around the like shreds of this tent.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow close
You
behind.
definitely see the creature.
Yeah.
And you see him right
Um,
there on your map, too. Actually, oh, wait, hold on. There's something I meant to do. They are slightly bigger than that.
Oh, good. I was like, let's just cut them.
We should just kill him, right?
About how big do they look? Can I
Looks to me
see?
about the size of like a human, like a regular human,
Okay.
average.
I'm going to look back at Kima and be like, absolutely, we should kill them. That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Be the darkness.
I am the darkness. And like for a minute, my eyes flash like red, and then they go back. And then I look to the thing, and I want to just unleash an arrow from my crossbow.
Okay, yeah, roll an attack.
I'm gonna miss because that's a 6.
I'll say you have advantage because they've not noticed you in your stealth
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
That's nice of you. That's not much better though. It's a 10.
10 misses.
Cool.
The arrow goes flying over the creature and sparks off of the wall, literally creating sparks. And the creature turns around and looks at you, and you see this fungus-covered humanoid with mushrooms plates sticking out of its shoulder as pauldrons and pads on its elbows. You see a bulbous head of a mushroom in the stalk. It has like streaks coming down it, and some of these streaks, 2 of them specifically, are long with just black darkness behind them that must act as the eye. And as it turns and as it screeches towards you, its like stalky mouth vibrates and flashes back and forth as you see claws covered in these like cloudy spores start to extend from its hands as it growls at you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
As a like last thing before we roll initiative, could I just say, put your bandanas on, like as loud as possible?
Yes, you can.
If not, I don't have to.
No, you can
'cause I
definitely
just
have
fucked
said
up.
it, but not everybody. But you couldn't have done it.
Okay, cool.
So you'll
I
still
will
have
have
to
said
do
it
it. Yeah. I'll just say you had them prepared. It'll just take you a bonus action to pull it up, and get it into place. So let me roll for the. Oh man, I always forget to get my dice out. All right, Sunflower, what'd you get?
16.
16. Peter.
14.
14. Kima.
19.
19. Nicely done. And Hadley.
5.
Oh, boo.
Even Peter got better than me.
All right, top of the turn order. Wait, hold on. Let me get this. Top of the turn order, we got Kima. Let's go.
All right. I'll first use my bonus action to put my little mask on. And Kima, like as soon as she is clearly in battle, like posture-wise becomes like the Goliath that you would guess a like fighter Goliath would be.
Yeah.
And is just gonna like run forward screaming with her great axe.
All right.
Old dude, try to save her new pal.
All right, go ahead.
And got a 21 to hit.
Go ahead and move your token.
Oh yeah.
21 hits, by the way.
And that's gonna be 12 points of damage.
Nicely done. All right, and what's your weapon of choice again?
Great axe.
Yeah, so you come up with your great axe. This creature just screeching towards you, and you come up and you just chop right into its shoulder, digging through. A cloud of spores pops through as you do, and then you take it back out, and it feels as if there's it feels like chopping into a giant mushroom. It's a very weird sensation, and you pull it out, and it's hurt, but it's still standing there staring at you. And that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Level 2.
Yep.
All right, Sunflower, you're up. Peter, you're on deck.
All right, well, we know I don't believe in math, so I'm going to use my bonus action to enter rage.
What is Sunflower going from her Southern Belle persona to a rage? What does that look like?
So she goes kind of like from here to, all right, listen up.
Yes.
So she gets in her truck, puts on her sunglasses, her hat, and then records her video. Yeah.
I'm gonna speak to your manager.
Exactly, yeah.
So what's the scale?
Square's 5 feet.
So I'm gonna just get right up in here,
Yeah. Get up on him.
and I'm gonna attack with my double-bladed scimitar.
Alrighty.
Oh boy, that's an 8.
An 8 is unfortunately gonna miss. You walk up and you're like, alright, listen, and you start spinning your double-bladed scimitar, go for a slice at the creature, and it is a little bit more agile than you expected. It is able to dodge out of the way and then just kind of growls right in your face. I think that's gonna be the end of your turn. Peter, you're up.
Hey, y'all.
Creatures are on deck.
Let me know if y'all need some help. I put on my mask immediately.
Okay.
And then I just kind of like wander a little forward.
Okay.
And then chuck a javelin.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and chuck a javelin.
It should be within 30 feet of this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's within 30, all right.
Just at the edge.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, 9 points of piercing damage.
Ooh! 9 points of piercing damage. Kima, as you're sitting there and this creature's growling at you, a javelin out of nowhere just completely shuts them up by entering their throat and exiting directly out of the back. The creature starts to fall forward, and like you see it like physically wanting to screech and scream, but it can't. It looks extremely hurt, but is still standing. Is that the end of your turn, Peter?
Hey, y'all, did I hit it? That's my turn.
All right. Now it's the creature's turn. As this one who is barely standing, Kima, is going to go ahead and take a step forward towards you. And is going to swing its large fungus-covered fist towards you. And it will get a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. It just hits you right on the. You got a chest plate, right?
I'm chainmail.
Chainmail,
So,
gotcha.
right?
Yeah, it hits you. Yeah. What's your AC total? 17.
18.
18. Nice. So it hits you right on the chest, and you just kind of take it as spores kind of spurt out a little bit, but you're noticing that they're not actually affecting you too much. And it misses. It's not able to hit you. This one in front of you, Sunflower, is actually going to look at you, and you kind of see it like contract a little bit, and from the back, these like two stalks point up, and a bunch of spores spray out, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Ooh.
You're muted.
10?
10 unfortunately fails. You feel these spores into your lungs, and you kind of start coughing, and then you feel this like weird numbness, and then you just kind of feel like a weird fogginess. You are now stunned for the next minute, but you'll be able to re-roll your saving throw at the end of each of your turns. However, you are stunned for right now. This creature is then going to take a step forward, kind of next to you, start heading towards Boris, walking past you. But that is its turn. However, Peter, you hear some shuffling
Oh, God.
as two more of these creatures step from the darkness behind you and make their way forward. The one behind you is just immediately you don't hear him until the last second, and he starts to swing towards you. He gets an 11 to hit.
Misses.
So I'm assuming that misses. Yes. He swings towards you, and last second you like feel the presence of this creature, and you turn, and he swings and hits the ground next to you. But he is right there in front of your face now. This one is now going to swing at Boris and get an 8. So Boris, kind of the same thing. He turns and sees you, and then turns back behind him, and kind of dodges out of the way as the creature slams his fist next to him. Boris is going to get that same spore treatment, so I'm going to roll a Constitution saving throw for Boris.
Boris.
But he rolls a 24, so the spores enter his lungs, and he starts to cough, but then he just kind of like hogs a loogie and spits, and he just shakes his head. It's actually, now that it's the end of their turns, it is his turn, and he is going to use that motivation of shaking off those spores to go into a rage,
Yes.
and he takes the giant pickaxe off of his back, and he says, "Oh, this makes it a lot easier knowing you are just giant mushroom," and then he swings towards the guy in front of him. And let's see, he gets a 15 to hit, which hits, and rolls 15 points of damage
Damn.
on this guy back here. So already looking rough, this mushroom guy by Boris. But that is the end of Boris's turn, as he's just sitting there fighting the guy who just snuck up on him. Hadley, you're up. Kima, you're on deck.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to flip my mask up. Tuck it on my nose. Nice and tight. And go just put away my crossbow and just come at this thing with my double-bladed scimitar. I'm gonna rush past Kima, try to do a cool little parkour move off of her shin or something.
Yeah, totally.
I'm like parkour, and just swing at it with my blades. A 15.
15 hits.
Yes. 8 points of slashing damage.
As you jump up over Kima, her knee is kind of like out, bracing her for her next swing. You use that as to your advantage, jump with the knee, and you swing your double-bladed scimitar up, and you just come down, completely splitting this mushroom humanoid in half. And it just falls to the ground and just disintegrates into a fungusy dust. And that creature's done, dead. So you just Kima, as you're
Sweet.
sitting there fighting, you just see this flash of movement and a little jumping off point on your knee, and then this little monster comes down and cleaves the person right in front of you.
I look back and I say, I am the darkness.
And Kima, it's your turn.
I kind of tousle her hair. Are you she her?
Yes, she, her.
And turn around and see that Peter's getting ambushed. And I can get to. Let's see. I can get right here. This guy's a little bit in the middle of spaces. Am I 5 feet away from her if I get there?
No,
Or
you're
not quite.
You're not going to be quite up to the guy. No.
Okay.
If you have any
I'll
distance
get
attacks, you can use those. But
Yeah. I'll get to like right here,
okay.
and I will use. I have a light crossbow,
Okay.
and I will shoot that.
All right. Go ahead.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Oh damn, and 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage, not nothing. As Peter, you're sitting here, just this mushroom person just missed you, and then they get a nice crossbow bolt right in the clavicle as it pushes them back, and then they look over towards you, Kima, as you're running up towards them. That's the end of Kima's turn. Sunflower, you're up. Peter, you're on deck.
So I'm just doing a Constitution.
So you spend your whole turn, unfortunately, still dealing with these spores, but you can re-roll your Constitution saving throw at the end.
Okay. So 17.
17. So you're able to kind of push off the effects and able to come back to your senses, but unfortunately, that is how you had to spend your whole turn. So that's the end of Sunflower's turn. Peter, you're up.
I'm being attacked, everyone. I look at the
so
monster.
Casual about it. I'm being attacked. Help me.
Help me.
All right, you monster. I am very, very mad at you. I'm gonna go into a rage.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
yeah.
3 barbarians.
And then I'm going to recklessly attack it.
Ooh,
with
okay.
My great sword.
Get it.
That's a 19 hit.
Hits. Whoa.
11 slashing damage.
11 points of slashing damage. Nice. This guy, he's still up, but he's looking hurt as you take your great sword and just swing at the fist that was swung at you, completely chop one of his arms off. So he's now just this one-armed fungoid monster that's screeching towards you. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it.
All right. It's now their turns. The one who's facing you, Peter, he's going to see Kima running up and is instinctively going to kind of contract and release those spores again. Peter, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. No problem. Easy. 18.
18. You feel the spores into your lungs, you had advantage anyway because of the mask, but you already succeeded and you're able to just push past it. You see that this creature's scared and using that as a defense mechanism kind of bolsters your motivation a little bit. Sunflower, the one who's next to you, is just gonna swing at you, seeing that you got rid of its effect, and it gets a 13. Miss. So it swings at you. Narratively, you're still kind of coughing and dealing with these spores, and then it swings at you, and just as you kind of come to, you just catch the fist there and look at the monster, and he or they or whatever they are, it is looking scared of you. And the last mushroom person is going to just try to attack Boris again. Actually, it's just going to swing at Boris. Gets an 18, which does hit. And then is going to do 10 points of damage to Boris. as the creature, Boris is kind of like looking over at you, Sunflower, and kind of like gives you like a thumbs up after that moment. And as he does, he just gets clean clocked right in the head as the fist slams into him, and the spores kind of like circle around his head, and he like shakes his head a little bit. And that definitely knocked him senseless. But that's the end of his turn, or their turn, and it's now his turn. He's gonna turn back to this guy who just attacked him. Oh, it was very bad move. Actually, he only took half of some of that damage, so let me give him back that much. He's just gonna swing at this mushroom dude again. Gets 15, which hits, and does 7 points of damage, which is the amount of hit points that guy has. So Boris takes his pickaxe and just swings it right at the mushroom head, continues the momentum, and pins him to the ground before the body disintegrates into a fungusy dust. And then he takes out the pickaxe again and just kind of, the Forerush mines will be ours again. He's clearly
I
very
agree.
worked up. That is the end of his turn. Hadley, you're up. Kima, you're on deck.
Okay, after having done that cool move and slicing this guy up, see Kima run away from me and be like, "Oh, that was so cool. Why didn't she celebrate me?" And I'm gonna
Tousled your hair as I walked away.
Yeah, that's celebrating.
Whatever. Oh god. So I'm gonna just follow the light back over to here. I'm gonna use my full movement, which is only 25. 5, 10,
Tiny little legs.
20, 25 to get right up to Kima.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not going to try to recreate my cool move, but I am going to switch out my scimitar for my crossbow. And as I take the arrow to like put it into the crossbow, where all those scars are, I just slice the tip of the arrow into my skin and imbue my hit with my Crimson Right.
All right.
I do take D4 of necrotic damage on that, so I will take my 2 points of damage.
What right do you choose?
For fire.
So you guys see Hadley just kind of like walk up to Kima, maybe using that moment as motivation, takes out a crossbow bolt, like she says, just drags it across her chin and jaw. The blood kind of seems to not drip and fall, but be soaked into the crossbow bolt. And then as it drops off the crossbow bolt, you see that it just becomes burning embers as fire just begins to drip from this crossbow bolt.
And it is a 18 to hit.
Hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Cool. So I got 4, 5, 6 plus the D4, 7, 8 points of. So 6 points of piercing and 2 points of fire.
Just what you
8 points.
needed as Peter and Kima, you guys are starting to approach this funganoid human. Fungus humanoid. Funganoid. That's fun.
Funganoid!
You approach the funganoid. I'm going to use that. You
Yes.
approach the funganoid, and as you do, you hear this as this bolt flies between both of you and sticks the funganoid right in this like middle stalk as it just screams from the pain and then just erupts into flames before it also disintegrates into a fungusy ash as it is dead. Hadley, I just think that's the end of your turn. So Kima, you're up. Sunflower, you're
Alright.
up.
I'm gonna quickly change direction. I was sort of riding the momentum toward this guy, but I'll go. I can just see this guy in my sight, so I'm gonna like trample this tent
Okay.
to get right here.
Okay.
Right
Yeah.
here.
You just like
One
burst
close.
through one of the tent poles that is barely still in the ground. The front half of that tent just starts to collapse.
And just use my great axe.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
16?
16 hits.
Nice. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right. You come up with your great axe, swinging it at the creature. As you do, you chop into its abdomen. The axe embeds itself halfway into the creature before you're able to pull it back out. It's looking hurt, but it's still standing there staring at both, screeching at both you and Sunflower. Sunflower, you see Kima come up here, get that good hit in. It's a moment of distraction for you. You're able to attack the creature.
All right, I'm gonna try to attack with my scimitar.
And actually, I'll say, if you wanted to, you would so easily be able to just skirt behind it and get advantage. So I'll just give you advantage, because you would be able to get advantage very easily. So you have advantage on this attack.
Whoa. $23.
Hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay.
Perfect.
11.
Oh, I'm not joking. Boris got 7 when the guy had 7. Hadley got 8 when your guy had 8, and Sunflower just got 11 when this guy had 11. Sunflower, how do you want to do this?
So I do this cool little spin trick where I spin so fast that I double slice. I slice him and it cuts him in half, and then I spin around again and I slice him up and down, and he's cut into 4.
Yeah, she. So you just see a
Fruit
flash
ninja.
of movement, Kima, as Sunflower just like, it just seems like 2 very quick movements, and the creature's sitting there about to attack you, and then you see the top torso start to separate from the bottom legs, and then as those 2 halves separate, the 4 separate, and it just falls into quadrants as it then disintegrates into a fungus ash again, just like the rest. And with that, you guys don't hear any more shuffling. You don't see anything else. Seems to be that combat has stopped. 2 things. There is something that I did not consider during this entire round of combat that's totally fine, but we will consider moving forward if there's any combat. Kima, you were fighting with one hand that whole time.
Oh, I was meant to be. I didn't have my shield, so I was meant to be fighting with 2.
But you had a torch.
Oh, I had a torch.
So that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine, but same goes for
Yeah.
you, Patrick. You were fighting with one hand that whole time. So we'll just keep that in
Patrick?
mind. Patrick.
That's Peter's life.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I don't know why that's funny either. But yeah, okay, so yeah, Peter.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Where did I go?
I don't know, you moved yourself all the way over here for some reason, but there you are.
I don't remember doing that.
So I'm also
Oh,
going
no.
to just go ahead and remove dynamic lighting from this page so that
Oh
you
my
all can
gosh.
see the full map, see where you are here.
Okay.
And so basically this is so Boris kind of looks at all of you as the moment kind of fades, and he says, "Oh, well, first of all, well done. This is the continuation camp that I was talking about, and up north, or towards the top half of the map, right here. I'll do the shift click, right there. That's where the new tunnel begins, and then you have all of these tents over here. That is where, and they're like they are canvas tents, but they look like pretty well structured and like maintained. They definitely were meant to stay there for a while. And if you enter any of them, you see like a small cot of chest of drawers, and a little table with one chair at it, just to kind of. This was people's home for like weeks at a time, as they were the like shift that was currently working on the mine or this new tunnel. And he kind of looks at the rest of you and he says, "That tunnel goes on for quite some time, but especially after that fight, I think we should probably camp here for the evening before continuing I've never seen
Good.
anything like that. What were those things?
I'm kind of thinking like, what if the spores got so big they overtook people?
So you think that maybe these creatures used to be workers?
Yeah, I think they're probably your friends.
Oh my goodness. And like he kind of like thinks about it, and now that the adrenaline is starting to fade away, the rest of you kind of think, and like there was times on some of these creatures where you did notice like the clavicle where that one received the crossbow bolt, like it was a clavicle. It was very clearly like a place where a collarbone was. Like some of the faces had flesh, it seemed to be. And now that you're putting two and two together, Sunflower's theory is most likely correct.
Sorry we killed your friends, Boris.
If that is what they turned into, we did them a favor. Do not hold any sorrow for them.
On one of the nearest corpsey shrooms.
Yeah, and they did kind of like fall apart. There's some like thicker things that didn't completely disintegrate, but they like almost as if they were like made of like sand sculptures, like it just like fell apart.
Like so is there any way that I could get like a piece of the fungus, or like did it turn into that?
Yes, you can. You just have to be super careful with it.
Yeah, I'd love to try.
Feel like oh yeah, I won't even make you roll for it. You definitely can.
Okay.
But you notice, like, you try to pick up one piece at first, and it just immediately crumbles in your hands, and so you
just in the corner, like
yeah. So it's super like careful. It's weird actually. Go ahead and roll an investigation check or a nature check, either way.
I have advantage in both, so. Oh, and I'm lucky, so.
Yep, nice.
Okay, question then, because that is weird. I rolled a natural 1, which means I get to roll again.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Does that count against my advantage, or so is that 3 rolls that I could do?
Basically, the way I consider that is if your final result is a 1, you can reroll. So because it was already an advantage, you don't have to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the natural 1 was
one of your rolls.
One of the rolls. Okay, well that stunk either way. It's a 7.
7. It wasn't a very hard DC. The reason why these are falling apart is because something is keeping it coagulated and alive when it's the creature, but this fungus is dead.
Yeah.
It is not an alive fungus.
Cool. It's not one of those alive funguses.
Yeah, it's like these creatures were created and then started life, if that makes sense. Like the fungus created them, and then as soon as the creatures started like moving and left wherever maybe they started, the fungus part died. Okay. And that's why they like fall apart when they die.
Hey Hadley, great work in there with your stuff with like the arrows and stuff. Can you just like warn me before you do any of the blood stuff, because that really kind of gets to me.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Oh, are you bleeding? Oh yes, you are bleeding. What happened?
Badassery happened.
Oh.
And I'll look at Peter and I'll say, "What's your name again?"
It's not Patrick. If that's what you're thinking.
Cool. Not Patrick. I will definitely warn you next time, but I'm not sorry about that.
Well, I guess it's easier for you to fight these creatures then. There was no blood on them.
Yeah, that was actually a nice thing to see, to be honest. Because I saw Padley do the blood thing, and I was like, oh, there go my knees, knocking together a little bit.
Yes, of course.
Throw a javelin like a champ.
That was a good javelin throw. It went right through the creature, just in and out.
Thank you. I was kind of a shot in the dark. I was like, hopefully I don't hit Kima.
Yes,
That would be bad.
That would have been, yes. Well,
So we're done here, right? Go back up to the surface.
I do not think there was many more workers than this. I feel that we must tomorrow continue and find the origin of these creatures. If you want to leave and not receive any of your payment, I suppose you can. But you
I'll
would have
take
to
it.
make it on your way back by yourself.
Yeah, I'll stick with y'all.
Peter, why are you so afraid if you're here? Or why are you here if you're so afraid, I should say?
Well, I'm trying to get a house for my mother, for my mom, Sandra. She's a beautiful lady. And
So
she
that's really
deserves a
what
house.
this is. That's what this is about, then.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I ain't got no money.
So there's many ways to make coin. What made you choose this path?
I think I misread something down the line.
But you have a great sword, so clearly you want to attack things, right?
Yeah, I do. I have this great sword. I actually bought that when right before we met up together, just as a precaution.
Oh, what was your first job? You said this was your second, right?
A cobbler. I was making shoes for
Wait.
a while there.
Not like a hit job. Like,
Wait, so this isn't your second, adventuring job?
No, this is actually my first. That was so.
we should build a fire.
So you really...
Already on it.
You didn't know what you were doing here.
I was like, go into the mines and give some, because people work in the mines need shoes.
Right.
So I was like, some with that, and then I was like, wait, no, these people are like soldiers, but I think I could do it. So we're all good here.
All right.
My end.
Well, that was,
Yikes.
I suppose that's good that we learned. You know?
For a brief second, I contemplate just in the dead of night tonight, slicing Peter's neck and taking his 50 to 150 gold. And you see my eyes flash red. And I just into the distance. And then I come back and I say, that fire.
Oh, yes. Yeah, easily enough. There is a used fire pit there with some stones that the workers would use to sit around. And you take some of the crates, the broken crates that had some supplies, use that for firewood. Easily enough, you're able to start up a quick fire. Boris reaches into his pack and he pulls out 2 loaves of bread, a half wheel of cheese, and 3 very large looking fried turkey legs that seem to come out of this bag that should not hold all of them. And he says, so I only eat well, okay? I do not eat jerky or rations or whatever it is you adventurers and mercenaries do to save you money. I eat real food. So who wants to have this bread, cheese, and meat with me? Anybody?
I do.
Okay, wonderful. And he just breaks the bread loaves, passes them over. The chunks of cheese just kind of rips it off by the handful. And the meat is all the cheese is cold, yet the meat is hot, and the bread is also feels like it's right out of the oven.
I'd like to do an investigation check to see if this is a Yeti cooler.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 17.
Okay, so you definitely see some Arcanic runes. Runes on this bag.
This
that
bag
let
is
you
ruined.
know that it is for sure a magical item. And with a 17, you've never seen or heard of this type of magical item before.
Oh, okay. With
But
a
I mean,
17, you don't know anything.
No, but As in, you feel
But I
like
can see-
confident that you would have heard of something like this.
Oh, like maybe
this is like a
something that
super
he
rare.
invented.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, I'm gonna lock that away.
Yeah. Go
My
ahead.
mom used to serve meat like this.
Oh, used to?
Oh well, I left her to come here on this trip.
How long
so,
ago did you leave?
I'm gonna say 2 days.
Peter, I have a question, and I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just a fount of honesty.
Does your mother know you're here?
I mean, she knows that I'm gone. I mean, does
But
she know?
when
that
did
I'm not-
when did she discover that you were gone? Was it when you politely told her that you would be leaving?
I just said, hey mom, I'm gonna go make some shoes for some friends.
Oh, okay. So you did tell her you were leaving.
Yeah.
But she thinks you are a cobbler.
Yeah.
And,
So
and not cobbler. You are not.
you can see my dilemma. I'm like, I need to get back.
Well, where did you leave her if she doesn't have home?
She was like in the park. She was like in the park. On a near a bench.
In the court spot in Barrington?
Yeah.
In Dune's pasture?
Yeah. Yep. You know the place. She was there.
Well,
Oh.
They usually, don't take kindly to homelessness in that area. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, but it's true.
Really?
They usually tend to round those people up.
All right. Well, I actually gotta go. Everyone.
To where?
Peter, no, you need to stay here and rest. Listen, it is only going to take a little bit further. It'll probably take us half a day to get to however far that they dug, and we'll get back to your mother. Okay, no worries. It's going to be good. We
All right. Thank you.
the four of us, we have your back, right? Right, everyone.
Yeah.
Or we'll die.
Oh, was you talking to us?
Yeah, well, I was trying to give this young man here some motivation, let him know that people are on his side.
Absolutely. Even if we die, we'll be on your side.
Oh,
Wow.
I feel no compassion for the dead. They're the lucky ones.
she's not wrong. I mean, it's a weird time and place to say it, but yep. All right, so and Boris kind of wraps up his meal for the evening, takes his bedroll and takes it into one of just like the ruined tents, and all of you are able to, wherever you would like, find a somewhat comfortable place to sleep. Especially, there, like I said, there are some cots in the tents. Not everything was destroyed, so you're able to find yourselves asleep. And we'll just say various watches maybe could be had, but throughout the night, nothing tends to bother your sleep or bug you. The watches go by without a hitch, and although it is hard to tell, the next morning begins. And are you raising your hand to say something?
Oh no, sorry.
Okay, no, you're totally fine. Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and now that the next day has started, we'll go ahead and take a little bio break there, and we will pick up as we come back in our continuation through the Forerush mines. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Charmed Persons. Where we left off, in the Forerush mines, our party had just defeated 4 funganoids, and then taken rest in the continuation camp here in the Forerush mines. And the morning has come. You all wake up to the sounds and smells of Boris eating his morning breakfast. Very loudly smacking his lips and
Oh, no.
yeah, he's very rude
This
about
is
it.
I glower at him the entire time, just like hands crossed and like just watching his mouth like,
Whoa!
stop.
You want me to not feed myself?
I want you to not be a slob.
I am a mine worker. Who are you? Ow.
And I walk away.
Kima walks out and sits right next to him and says, "Looks good. Can I have some?"
He gives you some. It's like these like spicy sausages and some boiled eggs that he pulls out of the sack.
Probably just as gross eating as he is.
God damn it.
I just come up and don't eat anything, but start going.
No! You are my nightmare! I am the darkness and you are hell.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
I take out a little folded up piece of foil that inside has one slice of apple pie.
A little note.
Yeah. If any of y'all want some of my apple pie, my mom made it for me. It's funny. It's kind of a cobbler. It's a funny joke she used to tell me because I used to make some shoes as a cobbler. So,
What is your favorite pair of shoes that you made?
Crocs. Spongy rubber. Surprisingly fits well and is comfortable. Not for
You
mine
make shoes out of a crocodile?
What is rubber?
Yeah, we kill some nearby crocs to our village, and then we stretch out the leather, and there's holes in it. That was my design choice, but the holes in it. I'm not sure what it does, but
Why would
really,
you put holes in your shoes? Your shoes are meant to protect you from the elements.
hey, sometimes it's for fashion. I know that's your mind guy, and maybe fashion's not on the forefront of your mind.
I'm not just the mind guy.
I am sorry to.
It's
I am
okay.
so sorry.
I'm
I
sorry.
stepped
No,
out of line.
it's okay. It's fine. You're young. You haven't learned how to properly speak to someone yet. I understand. But like, you wouldn't want me to call you the cobbler guy, you know?
No, yeah, you can call me that if you want. No problem.
Okay, well.
Absolutely gonna call him the cobbler guy from now on.
Well, the tunnel here continues on to whatever it is those workers discovered a few weeks ago, so should we?
Let's.
Right.
Ooh.
Woo.
All right.
I'll carry a torch, but just so you guys know, if I carry a torch, I can't really use my sword that much, so I'll just be kind of in the back, maybe.
Well, I have dark vision. You could just hold my hand and I'll carry you through.
All right, no problem. Oh, by the way, is Devil like your surname? Is that your last name or family name?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that mean? Are you a devil or?
Oh, it comes from my dad, who's the devil.
All right. I feel like that actually adds a bunch of new questions, but I'm gonna just gonna hold off on those.
I think that is a good idea. Maybe don't pry too further.
I'll lead the way.
So Kima and Peter both have... Okay, Kima, do you have a torch?
Yeah.
So Kima pulls out her torch. Peter's being led by Sunflower. Boris and Sunflower can both see. Hadley's just kind of staying in the shadows, just on the cusp of the edge of the light.
If there's room...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. If there's room, I'm like darting around the like sides too. Just like not always in the back, but just like wherever the shadow is.
As you guys continue, this is one just very long tunnel. So you all continue down this path for quite a while. As time passes, nothing really of note happens, but as you get closer, you start to see little pockets of these like blue nests of fungus that seem to glow ever so lightly and seem to give the area around them a little bit of light.
Can I say, we don't have to do this, but can I just say during this time we've been walking, I have asked Peter a lot of questions about his mom.
You can definitely have done this, yes.
Okay, great.
She loves daffodils.
Do you all just see a black screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on just a second. How do I...
I felt like I was at the eye doctor for a second. Does it look better this way?
Yeah.
Or is this
Ooh.
What do you see
Better.
now?
Same
Black.
thing.
Still just
Okay.
blackness?
Darkness.
What's going on here?
Should we drag our
What's
tokens
going
on?
on?
No, not yet.
That was the first
You
thing I listened to this morning was
You
that
shouldn't
song.
need them.
I love that.
Being honest.
Yesterday we were talking about what our Groundhog's Day wake up song would be. That would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
And I wait because it would be like perfect. It's like always the song that like you're like, yeah, this slaps, this slaps. Oh, this is terrible, this is terrible, and then it goes back to like slapping.
Mhm.
Why is this not working?
If Four Non Blondes is watching, I've never thought that song was terrible.
Very good always.
Always good, never annoying when it gets stuck in my head. And especially when that TikTok trend was going nuts.
Okay, go ahead and put your... I guess go ahead and... Well, actually, let me see something. What is happening here?
I do have a thing on my journal that says mushroom glow.
I do too.
Is that a spoiler?
No, it's not a spoiler. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed to do, I think. For me. Hold on. I haven't done it for you yet. I haven't done it for you yet.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. So let me just... Sorry. The dynamic lighting is a new thing that we are trying.
You love a game system.
Please be kind. As... yeah, if you haven't already, go ahead and bring your token out. I see hat, please. There we go. Okay, cool. So, alright, I see Peter's. I see y'all. Okay. So, Peter and Sunflower here. And then Kima is in the lead with her torch. And Hadley is chilling like a villain in the Beak Grand. Okay, so Kima has a torch. So Kima, you should see not only your torch, but you should see some other glows out there as well.
Uh-huh.
Peter, you should now be seeing the same thing.
Yep.
And Sunflower as well. And now here comes Hadley.
Whoa.
Boom.
Like, Avatar.
Oh.
So, you all see that you've come up on this, like, edge of this cavern here that opens into what looks like darkness, but there seems to be kind of like a bridge in front of you. And you're barely able to make it out, but to the right and left seem to be two more bridges. So, like, the mainland kind of creates these three bridges, and as you look over the edge, especially you, Kima, as you're close, it's hundreds of feet down. And then, after that immediate sight, after you take that in, you see across on the main, there's like a main island almost connected by these three bridges of land that is covered in these glowing mushrooms. And amongst them, you see some people. You see a few creatures.
Okay, but like people or like messy people?
You
Are they
see-
clickers? Are they bloaters? Are they runners? Like, what are we talking about?
You
here?
see some
Shamblers?
No. No, I won't.
fungoids.
Stalker. No, thank you.
Fungoids.
Some of them you can't see, but some of them you can.
These mushrooms are cool.
As well as a much larger fungoid that is kind of at the main section there, with that big nest of purple fungus. Seems to be twice the height, twice as wide. Huge, large fungoid creature. Right now, I need everybody to make a stealth check for me.
Make a stealth check.
Damn it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
13.
What'd you get?
13.
13? Sunflower?
14.
4.
4. What'd you get?
4.
Yes,
That's cute.
buddies. We're gonna be in love by the end of this.
You're so
Boris also rode below a 10. And so, with the majority of the party failing, you guys start to step forward before Kima gets a little bit too close to the edge and kicks this rock, and all of you freeze as the entire cavern just echoes with this rock falling down the edge. And there's a moment of silence, and then another one, and then all of the creatures that are within your eyesight start to screech and turn towards all of you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
What?
Can I
Damn it.
just immediately throw my torch toward the center, like as I see them turning? Are we going to
Yes.
combat, or do you want to wait?
We'll do that in just a second. It won't kind of get your turn, but yeah, we'll do that in just a second. Okay. So hold on, let me roll for my peeps first, and then I'll ask you
hair up for
yours.
I put my hair up for this one.
Nice.
Serious.
That's how you know.
Okay, Sunflower.
You're muted.
11.
11. Hadley.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Peter.
10.
And Kima.
11.
What is your dexterity, Sunflower?
Sorry, monkey is being obnoxious.
You're good.
13.
13, and then
14.
14, so you're going to be just ahead. Okay. All right. me switch over the screen for our stream so that they can see what's going on here in this chaos. And then, at the top of the turn order, we got Hadley. Hadley.
From from last to first.
I know. This entire cavern that you can see of creatures turns towards you, and immediately you feel this like immense stakes of what's about to happen. But before you go ahead and roll a just straight dexterity check for me, Kima.
Oh, this music.
Damn. I used to listen to
It's gonna be a
songs,
6.
You can throw the torch up to 30 feet.
Sure.
So, point with your ruler where you want the torch to go.
This is our only light source, I think.
I have a torch. I can.
Okay, so right,
Oh
Right
my
here.
god.
Right there.
right there.
Yep.
You should see an actual torch there, lying on the
Oh, I
ground.
do.
And I'm gonna give it some light.
Mm-hmm.
This is so
Cute.
cool.
Fun.
However, now that you are no longer carrying it,
Oh, shut that.
Kima, your vision is going to go down.
Oh.
All right.
Ah.
Oh, now I cannot see myself.
But you can see like the lights in the distance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, guys.
I'm still
All
holding
right.
Sunflower's hand.
Hadley, it is now your turn.
Yeah.
Cool. I am just gonna run then, from wherever I'm at, my 25 feet towards this light source.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can move myself, because I can't find myself. Oh, there I am!
Oh,
I see me.
yep.
Wow. This is what they mean when they talk about finding yourself. For some reason it's not letting me. There we go. Okay. I probably could get like right here-ish.
Yeah.
I'm estimating because I didn't do the ruler.
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, so that'll be.
Yeah.
Can I just take my? Can I just dash then and do
Yeah.
50 feet?
So,
And just
so
use
I'll
that.
I'll move you 5, 10.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get like right there.
Okay. Then I'll just do that, and I'll start prepping my double-bladed scimitar. But
So
I have
you
a lot
just
to
see
go.
Hadley just like sprinting forward, take off their double-bladed scimitar, and it's just like no longer even trying to hide, just running straight forward.
And as I pass, I say, "Dang it, Kima!"
It's now Boris's turn. And he sprints forward as well, Hadley, and actually sprints past you a little bit as he's running, goes into his bonus action rage, and it's just like, "Ah, you killed my friends!" And is just running forward with his pickaxe out. That is the end of Boris's turn. It is now the Sovereign's turn. As you see this large mushroom humanoid up here at this nest start to walk forward as he starts to cut off this path here at this middle bridge, but that is going to be the end of its turn. And we've got Kima. Sunflower, you're on deck. So actually that Sovereign, some of you, it has now walked out of your eyesight. It has walked away from the
can't
glow
see it.
and you no longer see it.
Terrifying.
So I can get. Luckily, I know I can get right to this torch. God, I still can't see him. This right here is a mushroom guy, right? Oh wait. I make you see that?
Who are you talking about?
He's like right to the right of this first path right here.
Alan.
That's a mushroom guy, right? Right in front of those.
Yeah, if you
Chloe?
just
Yeah.
if you just hold down your mouse, that's how you can click.
Oh, you just hold it. Okay.
Yeah, that is. Yep, that's a machine guy.
I'm gonna just take out my crossbow because I've got 80 feet.
Okay, yeah,
I can just get to him, right?
yep, you sure can.
Shoot the old crossbow and get 18.
18 hits.
Nice. 10 points of damage.
All right. Hold on just a second.
I never roll this well in our long campaigns.
All right.
All right, 10 points of damage. Nicely done. As the crossbow flies in the darkness, you lose sight of it after a moment, and then see it re-enter the glow of the mushrooms as it embeds itself into the chest of that fungonoid as it screeches in the air. Is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sunflower, you're up.
Okay.
Peter, you're on deck.
I think I want to move
Okay.
to try to get to one of the other bridges.
Okay.
Since I got that good dark vision.
Yeah. So yeah, can you move your piece? Yep.
Maybe it was like there.
Yeah, you
I
can
guess.
use your. Is that your full movement?
Yeah.
And then yeah, you can use your action to dash if you want. Keep going.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you just get your full
So then
movement
it's
again.
another.
Yeah, it's another
okay.
30 feet. So you can get like right here. Yep, right there. Yep. And then okay, so yeah, bonus action if you have it, if you want it. Just gonna chill.
No.
All right, so Peter, the Sunflower whose hand you're holding, all this chaos unfolds, and she just sprints and leaves you. What do you do?
All right. If you all need help, let me know. I'm going to. Well, I was going to stick with Sunflower, but Sunflower ran into the darkness, so I really have no choice because I can't even see my token. I'm just.
Oh, you can't even see your token?
No, I can see that.
Okay, good.
So
Where does Sunflower go?
I just,
to the right.
I just dash over here onto the next to
Oh, I
Hadley.
can't see her.
Yep, she got out of your eyesight.
Oh, I know, it's so scary.
I know, it's fun. All right, so yeah, Peter just runs up to try to catch up to his party. That's the end of his turn. It is now the smaller fungonoids' turns. As this one who Kima attacked is going to start making its way a little bit closer. And then some others move. Depending on whether you see them or not. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to move them. All right, that is the end of their turns. Top of the turn order, Hadley, you again. Boris, you're on
can
deck. Oh, Boris is me.
Boris, you're on the. Oh. Can I, as I run by the torch, can I pick it up?
Yeah, easily enough. I'll say that doesn't even cost you anything.
Cool. I'm gonna get to here.
Okay, I'll take that torch with you.
Actually, I want to double.
Okay, yeah,
and
you put your
just
token where
use-
you in, and I'll put the torch there. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's my 50 for dash. So.
Once again, I'm in
I
darkness.
pull.
Okay.
And I want to just try to like bypass. Well, I'm not bypassing. I'm getting right up next to the fungus man right here.
Yeah.
But I want to lay that torch on this mushroom.
Okay, yeah, easily enough.
This guy here, and light it on fire.
Oh, okay. So you lay the torch on the mushroom, and it does immediately start to burn and flame, and start to ignite that whole area there. Yeah.
Does it do? Can I perceive? Does it do anything to any of the mushroom peoples?
I won't make you roll for it. You do not notice it have
Okay.
any effect on them. No.
Cool.
But good idea though.
And as because that was just my movement and my action, right? To
I would
grab
say that's your movement bonus action.
the movement and bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause
The
you
one
did-
time I wanted to be my. Can I just use my action to put my mask on?
Did you use your action to dash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that's what you use your action
Yeah.
for.
So I did action, and then movement technically.
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to put up your mask if you want to. All right, so that's the end of Hadley's turn. It's now Boris's turn. He's going to. He's just going to run up right on this mushroom dude, but that is his whole turn. He's just going to keep. He as he does though, he kind of like punches himself in the chest to like keep raging. And that'll be the end of Boris's turn. It is now the Sovereign's turn. The Sovereign comes up directly to both of you, and just kind of like it stands over its larger or its smaller companion, and you can just see it like it basically just looks as if these creatures were just given more time to fester, if that makes sense. It's covered in fungus, much thicker, much larger, and the noise, just like a deep guttural, horrid noise. But as it approaches you, it releases, it kind of like screams and screeches forward and releases a bunch of spores. I need both Boris and Hadley to make Constitution saving throws.
Uh, 12.
Okay. 12 and 17. Okay, 12 just meets the DC of this Constitution saving throw, as these spores... you would have had advantage anyway because of your mask. But as the spores enter your
It
throat
was still that.
and lungs, you're able to fight off the effects and don't notice anything. But that's not all that this creature can do in one turn, and so it takes its fist and is going to swing it towards probably the person who just caught its like kin on fire. So that'll be you, Hadley. Ooh, that's a 20. That's a 21 to hit.
Definitely doesn't hit for sure. It does.
So I figured.
That was a joke. Have you joked?
Okay, so it does 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you,
Okay.
plus
Oh no.
7 points of poison damage as it slams into you. And on impact, not only does it bludgeon you, but the spores spread and start to cover your lungs, and you cough, and yeah.
Even with my mask?
Even with your mask, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Omicron spores.
Actually, you know what? It's a one-shot. With your mask, I'll say you guys have resistance to this spore damage. So heal yourself back up 4 points of damage.
Okay. 4 or 3?
4, because it was 8 points of the spore damage, I think I said, right?
7.
Oh, so still
So
4.
3.
Still 4. No.
So 4.
You roll down
Aw.
for damage taken.
Oh, okay.
And damage given. It affects both parties.
I cough it out.
Yeah.
It like hits the mask and I go, bleh.
That is the end of the Sovereign's turn, though. And next up, we've got Kima. Sunflower, you're on deck.
All right. Kima's pissed. And can get to right. Well, first she'll use a bonus action to put the mask up, seeing everybody else do it,
Okay.
or seeing one other person do it.
Yeah, just one.
Just one. And I can get right here with my 30.
Okay, yep.
And I'm gonna swing my great axe at him.
Which one? The regular one or the sovereign?
The sovereign.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
And 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Nicely done. As the creature takes the full brunt of that hit and starts to like screech in pain. Yeah, that was a good amount of damage done to it. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Yeah, you walk up with your great axe and just cleave the sovereign. Definitely a little thicker, definitely more to cut through with the sovereign, but you still cause a good amount of damage. Rip it out, start screeching loudly. Sunflower, you're up.
Okay. I am gonna do some more moving.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
And just so you know, I think you do know this, but diagonals are, they just count as one movement. They don't count as anything extra.
Oh, yeah,
Some games they do, so I just,
for sure.
so that's
So I'm
your,
gonna move.
yeah, that's just your regular
here.
movement. You have your action and bonus action. You can dash forward.
I'm
if you want.
gonna dash. Like here, and I'm gonna put on my mask.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. She believes in masks now, doesn't she?
how
But
that
you are
works.
able to, yeah, you're able to see one of those funganoids creeping a little bit closer to you. That is the end of Sunflower's turn. Peter.
So I'm on I'm in pitch black,
Yeah.
standing on a narrow bridge.
Yeah, you
seems
can
like.
see ahead, like you can see a target. But yeah,
Yeah.
in between you and that target is just blackness right now.
That's scary. That's scary.
If you want to move forward, I can move you your distance, and I'll just make it a dexterity saving throw to make sure you don't fall off the edge. Relatively
Yeah.
low DC. It was pretty
Yeah,
wide.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's a
Okay.
10-foot wide thing.
Yeah, I'll go forward 30 feet.
5, 10,
can.
15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right, got a +2 to this. Rolled a 5. That's a 7.
It was a 5 was the DC. Wow. So yeah, do you see your token yet? Are you able to see it? Okay, so
yes.
that's where you're able to get it with your full movement.
And then I throw a javelin at the big sovereign.
All right, do it.
Ooh, natural 19, 20, 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
8 points of piercing.
Ooh! All right. As you guys are sitting there fighting the Sovereign, the Sovereign towers over even Kima, and so it's a pretty easy target as you embed the javelin right into its shoulder. It kind of looks down at it, snaps the javelin, throws it off the side of the cliff, and then just screeches towards all of you. Is that the end of your turn, Peter?
I'm going to put my mask on.
Okay, all right. That is the end of Peter's turn. It is now the Funganoid adult's turn. So this one is going to sprint straight up to you, Sunflower. So he's going to get here. This guy gets here. And then the one directly in front of Boris is going to release a bunch of spores. I need Kima and Boris. Hadley's just out of range of him, but Kima and Boris, I need you both to make Constitution saving throws. Boris succeeds barely. You got a 12.
$22.
22. Okay, you are able to take it not suffer the spores. Sunflower, you're gonna get this Funganoid's gonna swing at you, and gets a 9, which I'm assuming does not hit. So the Fungonoid swings at you. Yet again, it like does make impact, but you just kind of like take it and then look at the creature. Very rude of it to attack you. That is the end of the Fungonoid adults' turns. So, top of the turn order, Hadley, you're up.
Cool. Well, I have nowhere to go but forward. So I am gonna try to push past over the burning mound of nastiness and try to get off this bridge into the little landmass here.
Okay, it's a pretty tight squeeze. I'm gonna need
Yeah.
you to roll an acrobatics check to see if you can get
I
past all
am
the chaos.
Widow.
You are Whittle.
I'm 2 feet something. You said athletics.
Oh, acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Ooh, even better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, easily enough. However, you do exit the melee range of the Sovereign, and so
Yeah.
it will take an attack of opportunity on you.
Probably for the best.
Gets a 13, though.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. So, you, like, take a couple steps back, and then run and dive over the burning pile of Fungonoids just as the Sovereign, like, swings, and you jump over the fist and land and roll and are on the main landmass.
Cool. I want to get there and then turn around and whip out my crossbow and take a hit at the Sovereign.
Okay?
I do want to invoke my Crimson Right again. So
Okay.
as my bonus action, I will do the same thing. You see the cut of the cheek.
Nice. Blood
And
soaks
I will
into the
take.
bolt. You see flames start to drip off of the crossbow bolt.
Damn it! I take 4 points of necrotic damage as I do that.
Ooh, you already took a good amount of damage too.
And I did, and you know what? What doesn't kill me make me stronger. Okay, and I 14 to hit the Sovereign.
14 just hits. However, this Fungonoid adult in between the two of you is going to use its special ability
Shut
to take
up.
the hit for its leader.
Okay, at least I hit one.
By jumping in, so it uses its reaction to take this hit, but you still do all the same amount of damage.
13 points
Ooh.
of damage. The 2 of that is fire damage, so I don't know if that.
Thank you for letting me know. 14 you said total?
13.
13.
11 regular, 2.
Yeah.
Or no, 4 fire. Oh god, 7. Hang on, I'll redo it.
Okay.
9 piercing damage and 4 fire damage. So 13 total.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do a good chunk of damage to this Fungonoid as it, takes the brunt of that hard. Yeah, and that's what you, I forgot to move one of them, I was just moving him.
I was like, oh.
He's right there. Nope, right, there. Okay, there. You take the crossbow bolt, it shoots, and it's aimed right towards the back of the Sovereign's head, and you just see the Fungonoid in between the two of you just kind of like lumber forward and take the crossbow bolt right to the chest as it starts to burn and takes that damage from you. It is now Boris's turn. Boris is just going to attack. Boris is just going to attack the Fungonoid doll right in front of him. And hits. And gets... Ooh, max damage. 16 points of damage to, the Fungonoid right in front of him. Ooh, ouch. As he just completely chops off the arm and a bit of the leg of the Fungonoid in front of him. And then he looks over at you, Kima, and he's like, "Get to the main landmass now!" And then that'll be the end of the Boris's turn, and it's now the Sovereign's turn. The Sovereign is going to step forward. Kima, I need you to roll an athletics check for me.
Okay. Oh my god. A 10?
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
19.
Huh?
19.
The Sovereign grabs Kima and just throws her off the bridge. And Kima starts flying backwards, but then uses her double-sided scimitar and spins it and
I don't
hooks.
have a double-sided scimitar.
Oh, you don't. Your great axe. I mean, I meant great axe. I was just looking at Angie. And you hook the edge of the axe into the landing, and you are now hanging off the side of this bridge.
Okay.
You'll have to use your action to pull yourself up.
Right.
The Sovereign is then going to look at Boris and do the exact same thing. Actually, no, he's just going to. Boris is like, it's a one shot. Instead, actually, the Sovereign's going to step up to you again, Kima. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw for me.
Great. 10.
With that 10, the Sovereign comes over and kicks your axe, and all of you see Kima just fall and fade into the darkness.
I was just learning to love. What?
We'll see what happens when we get to Kima's turn.
Just chilling with the mushroom party.
All right. That is the end of the Sovereign's turn. Kima. Poetically, it is now your turn. So you just are falling, and the glowing mushrooms above you start to fade in distance. As you are falling, you see that hanging from all of these like bridges in the main island are just vines and vines of fungus that go all the way down. And you land taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You land on your back on this very hard mushroom. Here, let me move. Oops, not him. Kima's now off this map. As you land, you start to hear rustling. What do? You can only see like 5 feet in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and, as a bonus action, immediately do my second wind to regain 1d10 plus 2 hit points.
Okay.
Just to prepare.
Uh-huh.
And then try to figure out which direction the rustling's coming from.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. We'll say this is your bonus action to kind of just like steal your senses and see if you can hear where it's coming from.
Technically, my second one was my bonus action.
Okay, it's fine. We'll say it's a free action.
I got a 10 perception check.
It sounds like it's all around you. You have your action and movement still.
I want to just, like, here's what I would like to do. Tell me how I should do this. I want to literally just, like, put out my great axe and spin in a circle.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Nothing happens. Like I said,
Oh,
you can
that was
see
my action.
you can see within 5 feet of you. You know nothing's within 5 feet of you.
Oh, well, then I guess, like, take a step forward and do that.
Okay, you take a step forward. You don't see anything. You take your Another step forward. You don't see anything. You take another step forward. You see 2 fungonoids starting to come out of the darkness towards you. Go ahead and make an attack on one of them.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right, you're able to chop off the arm of one of these fungonoids, but the other one is coming right back at you. That's the end of Kima's turn. We'll come back to you. Sunflower, you're up. Peter, you're on deck.
I am gonna try to attack this dude right in front of me.
All right. An 8 unfortunately misses. You swing your double-bladed scimitar, and it just goes right above its head, unfazed. It just kind of looks at you, almost tilts its head, confused a little bit. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna rage.
Okay, yeah. I would say that is definitely good motivation to rage. So yeah, you miss, and then you're just like, "Ugh!" You get that anger motivating you. That'll be the end of Sunflower's turn. Peter, you just saw Kima get tossed off this bridge, and in between you and your nearest party member are 3 fungonoids and a miner that is like just swinging wildly at one of them.
All right, and the big guy is kind of still near the edge.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hey, you mushroom guy, I'm mad at you right now. What you did was not all right. My mom always called me picky eater because I never ate the mushrooms she made. And guess what? I'm justified now. I'm gonna go into a rage with my bonus action, and then run at him and try to Sparta kick him off the edge.
All right, make an athletics check.
All right, because I'm raging, I have advantage on this.
You sure do.
13 with advantage.
12. He's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. And with a natural 1, you watch, Hadley, as out of nowhere, Peter just appears and full-on Spartan kicks the back of this large sovereign, and you just hear fade away as the sovereign falls down and is no longer on the bridge.
Now I gotta deal with it.
I know, I was like, now we're sending not only these other ones by herself, but like...
Oh god!
I lean over the edge and say, "Hey, Kima, y'all all right down there?"
Kima, you do not hear him.
I am so sorry. I never got your mom's name. I told you all about my mom.
And when you look over the edge, Peter, you just like see darkness. You don't see anything.
Just talking into the darkness.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, that's the end of Peter's turn. It's now the fungonoid adult's turns. The one who's attacking Boris is going to attack him and miss. This one who just saw his sovereign get kicked off is going to run over here and attack Peter and get a 11. I doubt that hits. The one attacking Sunflower is going to step a little bit closer to you. Get a 15. Does that hit? You're muted.
My armor's also 15.
15. So yeah, so that'll hit you.
Okay.
So if it meets, it beats, is the phrase. So I will. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 3. And then you have your mask on, so you take 10 points of poison damage, halved to 5. So a total of 8 points of damage to you. As the creature slams right into your chest with a punch. This one is then going to walk up as well, stand up right next to his friend, and he's going to swing at you. And he gets a 10 to hit, so that does not hit you. And then this one is going to come and attack Hadley.
Good luck.
And he gets a and he gets a 8 to hit. So that does not hit you.
No.
That is the end of the Funganoid adult's terms. Adley, you're up.
Cool. Well, the one that just fucked with me. I'm gonna turn around and double-bladed scimitar his ass.
Do it.
Mhm.
Actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna do it, but I just don't get the additional D4 to damage. That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Beautiful. 9 points of damage.
Ooh.
I'm going to take another hit because one of my like little choicey thing and bonus actions is 2-up and fighting.
Ooh, okay, cool, yeah.
So my bonus action will be another scimitar hit.
Do it. Do it.
Not so good. That is a 9.
9 misses, unfortunately. So you take one hash side, slice it, use the momentum to try to bring the other one, but it's able to kind of like stumble out of the way.
Cool. I can't see it.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, it's now Boris's turn, who's going to swing at this fucker in front of him one more time. Nails it. And with that, the Funganoid in front of Boris is just completely decapitated with his pickaxe as the head hits the ground and rolls and just turns into that fungi ash yet again. Boris is then going to use his movement to sprint forward. You got this, Peter! He yells back. And that'll be the end of Boris's turn. It's now the Sovereign's turn. As the creature, Kima, as you're standing there, you hear a loud you turn around and you see the Sovereign standing there as it gets to its full height yet again. It comes at you and it's gonna swing at you, mad that it's been sit down here to die. And as you look at these funganoids around you, this is not the origin of these fungus. The origin is up where the rest of your party is. This is where it is like, this is the runoff, basically, of where this fungus goes. A 22 to hit, I'm assuming hits.
Yeah.
He is then going to do 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
All right, I'm gonna use my reaction to use my Stone's Endurance and reduce that by 8, so 1.
Okay. And then 11 points of poison damage, halved to 5.
Great, take all that.
He then swings again.
Yeah, sure.
Like you do.
And gets a 10 to hit. So he misses. But he's right there in your face, swinging at you. That is the end of his turn. Kima, you're up. So you got 2 funganoids right in front of you, 1 badly hurt, and the Sovereign is right behind you.
I'm gonna swing my great axe at the Sovereign.
Okay.
But I chose, what was the thing where I get to reroll 1s and 2s? But then I have to
Savage
take whatever it
Attacker,
is.
I think is what that's called.
Or Great
Weapon Master.
Great Weapon Master. So I rolled a 2, I'm gonna reroll it. Oh, nice. So that's gonna be 16 to hit.
16 hits. And by the way, he did take damage from his fall as well. So
Okay, good. 13 points of damage to him.
13 points of damage. You completely chop off the right arm of this sovereign, as he is now looking very rough, but is still standing right in front of you. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
You can move in bonus action still if you want.
I don't
You
want to
can,
be
like-
opportunity attacked.
Yeah, like you can try to like run to those vines and try to climb up, but you will get attacks of opportunity on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
But I mean, you have a pretty high AC as well, so.
That's true. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to get to the vines and see if I can get up at all.
All right. That is 3 opportunity attacks on you.
The DM just talked me into 3 opportunity attacks.
First one is a 10. No,
Misses.
12, so misses.
Misses.
Second one, a 16.
Yep.
That hits.
Misses.
The last one, by not the sovereign, an 18,
Matches.
which matches, so it hits. And it does less damage than the sovereign does. 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and 4 points of poison damage halved to 2 with your mask. So, total of 5. Where you at?
9. So
Better
I'm gonna
than
go
me.
ahead because I haven't finished my turn yet, right?
No.
I'm gonna just use my action surge.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the one that hits
Yeah.
me? Can I just immediately turn around and hit it back?
You can.
Or I can hit the sovereign again if that's.
As the
preferred.
DM, I would advise you to use your action surge to start climbing. Because if not,
okay,
then
yeah.
all 3 of them are going to get turns on you again.
I am, yeah. I'm gonna use my action surge, and if I have any movement left. to start
Yes.
climbing, yeah.
Yeah. So you start making your way up. It is high, so you
Yeah.
start making your way. But you've
Yeah.
now gotten out of reach of the sovereign and those 2 other Vocaloids.
Great.
So that is the end of Kima's turn. Sunflower, you're up. Peter, you're on deck.
All right. I am gonna move just in between both of these mushroom dudes,
Mushroom dudes. All right.
and I am gonna attack. I mean, can I try to hit both of them?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. You take a big sweeping attack. Yeah.
Okay. Mm. 12.
Their AC is 12. So you hit both of them. Just roll damage once, and we'll give it to them both.
Okay.
One of them hasn't taken any damage. One of them has.
12.
Ooh! One of them, the first one that you hit, you just completely chop its head off. And it disintegrates into funky ash right in front of you. But it does slow the momentum down, so you're not able to produce a killing blow with the second one. But you cleave deep into its abdomen and pull back out. The creature looks at its companion and then looks at you and starts screeching. That'll be the end of your turn, unless you want to move.
Yeah, I do want to move
Okay, yeah. Maybe get off that bridge.
and kind of maybe try to come back behind this mushroom, hiding from the other one up there.
Okay, yeah. You will get an attack of opportunity on you. Rolled a 7, so it doesn't get anything. So yeah, you're able to just kind of get up behind that other one. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. Rage stealthing. Just I'm sneaky.
Oh my goodness. Okay. A 12.
12. Okay. You feel like you are hidden from the creature. All right, that is the end of Sunflower's turn. Peter, you're up.
All right. Hey y'all, I'm just gonna assume that Kima and the big guy are all dead down there. So, and I'm gonna try to kick off the other one in front of me down there as well.
Yeah, roll an athletics check.
Ooh, that's a 24.
Yeah, you rolled a 14. So he'll roll a dexterity saving throw. He gets an 18. So this fungoid starts falling off, but like somehow holds on to the ledge as it's starting to fall. If you want to, you can use your bonus action to like make him roll another dexterity saving throw by like stomping on its hand.
Yeah, we don't need to make a big show out about this fungus guy. Just fall down.
Just fall.
Yeah, yeah.
With that like insult to injury, he rolls an 8 on his dexterity saving throw, and just like looks at you, just like starts to fall. As he's gone.
Says, I hate shows.
All right.
So yeah, you still have your movement if you want it.
I just come over here by Boris. All right, everyone. There's one more here. We'll just clean it up. I'm sorry to say that Kima is for sure dead.
At the end of Peter's turn, it's the fungoid adult's turns. This one is going to step up on Hadley. This one, who you did not stealth from because you just walked away from, is going to walk back up to Sunflower to swing at her. So the one on Hadley gets a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Which does hit. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of poison damage.
Oh fuck. Hang on. You said 7 and 3.
Yeah, total of 10.
Oh shit. Hang on. I mean, I'm out.
You're unconscious?
I'm unconscious.
So Peter, you say that to Hadley. You're like, all right, just one more to take care of. And that kind of distracts Hadley for a moment, and she looks back at you. And just as she looks at you, she just gets bonked right on the head. And Hadley, your eyes roll back in your head, and you just fall to the ground, unconscious, beaten by this creature behind you. The one attacking Sunflower gets a... Oh, nope, I rolled 2d4s again. Hold on. 220... 15 to hit you. 15 hits. All right, so you're gonna take. Come on. Oh my god, I rolled 2 1s. 2 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And then 4 points of poison damage, half to 2 points of poison damage with your mask. So a total of 3 points of damage from the light tap that this creature gives to you. So compared to Hadley. And that is the end of their turn. Top of the turn order, Hadley, I need you to roll a death saving throw for me.
That's just a d20, yeah?
That is just a d20. Yep, straight d20 roll. What'd you get?
4.
4. That's one failure for Hadley. Boris, it's his turn. He's going to step up and take care of this creature for you. This creature has not taken any damage yet. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. You hit it, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You did.
Once, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it was 13, wasn't it?
Yep. It was a good amount. Yep, and with that, Boris completely finishes off this fungoid. I just met her, but I like her. He takes his pickaxe and embeds it into the chest of this creature as it then disintegrates and falls apart right in front of it. That is the end of Boris's turn. The Sovereign, Kima. You hear and feel the Sovereign trying to climb up after you, but you see it not able to do so. So it and the other fungoids are not able to climb back up. They just don't have the dexterity or anatomy to be able to do so. They're destined to be a part of this fungoid nest down here. But that is the end of the Sovereign's turn. It is now Kima's turn. So Kima, you just continue to climb, I'm assuming, the whole time?
Yep. Yep.
And then
Would it be possible to use like a bonus action along the way to down my healing potion?
easy, yeah. Let's go ahead and take that for yourself. Sunflower, you're up. Just one hurt dude right behind you.
All right. Well, I'll try to hit him.
Try to hit him.
14.
14 hits. Go and roll damage.
Oh. 6.
6, you said?
Yeah.
All right, Sunflower, for the second time today, how do you want to do this?
Well, I'm gonna start spinning my scimitar really fast, and it's like almost a propeller. I kind of fly into the air, and like just right on top of them.
Yeah, you just completely split them right down the middle. You start to walk away. You practically get to your friends by the time the body eventually starts to separate. The creature even took a few steps as the cut was so clean that the cells hadn't even fully separated yet, and then the body starts to fall apart and it is disintegrated. And combat seems to have faded away for this moment.
I rush over to Hadley.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of blood here. I pull out my healing potion,
Uh-huh.
and you can see I'm getting a little white.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, bud.
I rolled a 3.
You come up and uncork the healing potion, and then just start to pass out. And Boris quickly grabs the potion from you before you pass out and pours it down Hadley's throat. Go ahead and roll that for yourself, Hadley. 2d4 plus 4. And then Boris kind of grabs you by the shoulders, Peter, and like slaps you a little bit gently, but enough to wake you up.
Mom?
No, I am not your mother, son. This is... You were... Gosh, you saw the blood on her and you begin to pass out.
As I wake up, I go, Mom?
Boris immediately walks over to this large purple nest of fungus, and is like, oh my god, what is this? And you all start to, those of you who do approach, see that there's a skeleton wrapped in this fungus, this purple fungus. And even without rolling, this skeleton is ancient. It is very old and has become just a part of this fungus. A huge cap of a mushroom protrudes out of the mouth. And you just see it's kind of vibrantly beautiful in a way, but it's like this whole ecosystem of this glowing fungus that seems to be emanating from this one skeleton.
Have I made it back up yet?
Nope.
Where's Kima?
She fell off.
Unfortunately, I do not
What?
think that we will be hearing from Kima Braveheart ever again.
Oh.
We should have a
Okay.
quick funeral for her. That's what my mom would say to do. We'll just... does anyone have a shovel?
Kima, just, because it's so far up, go ahead and roll an athletics check for me.
Okay. Athletics. Ooh, 23.
Easy work. You're able to make it to the top of this island, and just as Peter asks for a shovel, you all hear as Kima pulls herself up over the edge.
What do we need a shovel for?
Oh my goodness, you're alive!
We're gonna bury you. Oh, what?
How did
I,
you survive?
Push Boris and we'll push whatever and run to her and
Yeah.
just hug her and try to pick up her leg.
Oh.
And she did. And then stop and glad
You
you're
guys,
here.
you already gave up on me?
I never.
Well, it was so far down. I don't even know how you survived.
There's still you guys just like kept sending people down there, and I was really just trying to get back up to help.
So are they still alive down there?
Yeah, but I don't think that they can get up.
Oh, interesting.
So no big deal.
So this was the cause of everything? And he kind of like looks at the skeleton pile. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, Hadley. And Sunflower, you've traveled the world a little bit. Go ahead and give me like a just straight up intelligence check.
Well, here's the thing. I did that natural 1 thing again. But I also have advantage on investigation, and I rolled a 2 as my second roll.
Oh no!
So that's
See, now I feel like.
Do you know what I mean though?
I
Like I
understand
rolled
what
a
you
natural 1, so
mean.
should I get again? It's like that
What is the phrasing of the feat or the
of
last
lucky.
feature? Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not the lucky feat. It's a specifically thing with halflings.
Well, no, it's lucky. So if I roll a 1 on a d20, but it's for an attack roll, ability check or saving throw, you can re-roll
It's called
the die.
no, it is called lucky. But it's not the feat lucky. It's a halfling class feature.
Yeah.
That's
what it says under racial traits.
Sorry, what did it say?
When you roll a 1 on the d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. So if I rolled a 2 and then I rolled for advantage, I rolled a 1. If I roll again, I have to use whatever.
Yeah, it's weird wording because it's like it says for the attack or for the saving throw, but like the non-used number, is that technically considered part of it? For now, we'll just go ahead and give the player the benefit of the doubt. So go ahead and re-roll that one.
Okay, and I will just take this one.
Yeah, and you'll take whatever this is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. What the hell? I'm very distracted by Hadley's shin, or by Kima's shin. So that is a 11.
11. And then what did you get, Sunflower? You're good. Don't worry, don't rush. You're fine.
17.
17. Ooh! Okay, so, Hadley's, like, kind of struggling with what it may be, but, like, you're pretty sure this is curse realm, Sunflower. You're like, yeah, curse. This is for sure curse. This guy was curse, and then he affected everybody else. Like, makes sense.
As Sunflower saying that, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a curse for sure. Absolutely.
I feel so sorry for the miners. They must have come across, and you do, like, I didn't describe it when you came in, but the tunnel that you were creating basically just, like, opened up into this large cavern. And so he's like, they must have found this natural pocket of whatever this is under here and approach. And as he says approach, he, like, steps back. We maybe should not get near this thing. Hadley, can you go get that torch?
Sure. What torch?
The torch that you put on the mushrooms.
Is it still going?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's just now burning in a pile of ash, basically.
I do also have. Yeah, I'll just go get it.
Yeah. Go and get it and give it to him, and he kind of holds it up and he's like, "Can anyone think of any reasons why I should not just burn this nest of skeleton fungus?"
Feels like a great idea to me.
Would a curse be burned away, or do we need to take more?
I don't know anything about curses. I don't know.
Even though I wasn't.
Have their masks on.
What were you saying, Hadley?
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I have this, and I like pull out of my pocket. I have like a vial of holy water. Well, would I know if this would do anything for a curse? I feel like I am cursed, so I don't know if that means I know anything.
You know that it definitely does some good work against undead creatures,
Okay.
but probably wouldn't affect. Could affect maybe some curses, but You would have to know it for sure. Wouldn't hurt. Definitely would not harm it to put it on there and try it.
I was gonna say,
but
yeah.
might not be the solution. But
Because
wouldn't
it
hurt.
does say it does deal damage if the target is a fiend or undead. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we should burn it. I yell from across the.
Two people have said yes, so he just drops the torch, and the skeleton and the purple glowing mushrooms just like erupt and start to burn. And as those mushrooms start to burn, from down below you hear several screeches that then fade into the night. And all of these blue mushrooms lose their glow, and the light starts to fade.
Oh,
And
no.
the only remaining light is the burning pile of mushrooms and the torch. Well, I guess that's a sign of a job well done.
Sweet. Let's head on out of here.
Boris, or that's my name, Peter.
Ah!
Peter,
Yeah.
guess what?
Yes. What?
We're gonna get your mama a house.
I was actually meaning to tell you guys this, but the
Oh,
house
no.
market is pretty steep nowadays, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford a full house on just the.
All right, let's get going, guys. And
Yeah, here we go.
He just like pats Peter hard on the back and like starts to push you forward.
Can we push Peter off the side of the thing as we go?
I mean, if you want.
I'd like to think about it as we're walking. My eyes flash red.
I
and
fully allow you to think about it.
I'm like standing. I'm standing on the edge, like looking down, completely oblivious. You could just so easily do it.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me, Hadley.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Oh no! A wisdom saving throw. 3.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no. 5.
5. Because you rolled a 5, you like get the like nut. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and you start to reach out. And as you're starting to reach out, you see Sunflower looking right at you.
And I say, there, buddy. As I like directly make eye contact with Sunflower.
Yeah.
There, buddy.
There, buddy.
Maybe my
Um,
mom could move in here. No, that's stupid.
Bad idea.
All right.
Very horrible idea. Yep. And for the sake of brevity, we'll say that over the next like day and a half of travel, because it still takes you quite a long time to get out of the mine system, you are able to finally exit the Forerush mines. And when you do, the worker who is at the main rails at the main entrance of the Forerush mines starts ringing this bell really loud, and a bunch of people make their way towards all of you, and you see Dreama Hornbill approach all of you, kind of like running up. Well, I'll be damned! Y'all made it back. What happened? Is it job well done? And Boris
Job well done.
holds up his pickaxe and he screams, "The Forerush mines are open for the business!" And she kind of like starts clapping, and so does everybody
Yeah.
else. And Dreama comes up to all of you and she says, "Well, I can't thank you enough, all of you, for helping us out here. I mean, you truly have not only saved the workings of this mine, but you have saved the city of Barrington itself from having shortages on its supplies. You have earned this." And she reaches into this big satchel and pulls out gold purses for all of you, including the full 150 for Kima. And as she gives Peter your second bag, she looks at you and she says, "Son, this should be more than enough for a house for your lovely mother."
Thank you very much. What type of house are we talking about? Because she likes to have a lot of space.
I thought she didn't have a house.
No, I mean her preferred house.
Yeah, but how does she... but like, shouldn't she like beggars not be choosers kind of a thing? You know what I'm saying?
We can build her a house in my village. There's plenty of space.
Yeah, well, I'll ask if she's open for moving. She kind of likes the neighborhood where the park is.
Well, as long as she's okay living around a lot of Goliaths.
You know, I haven't broached that subject with her, but we talk about everything together, me and my mom.
All right, wonderful. And with that, all of you start to make your way through the encampment. People are bringing you drinks and food, and a couple of the workers like come up to you in tears and their families, and you know, thank you for avenging those that they loved, and celebrate the people who just the saviors of the Forerush mines. And as our viewpoint kind of slowly zooms out, we flash back to a day and a half ago, deep in the mines, as we see the party starting to walk away, and we see Boris looking down at the giant purple gem that he pulled from the nest of fungus from the skeleton's spine. And as he looks at it, he hears a slight whisper in his mind. Take it all. Take it from. And we flash forward, and as we see the celebrations occurring, we look down at the bag at Boris's hip, and you can just barely see a slight purplish glow. And that is where we will end this session, as the mines have been taken care of and are reopened, and maybe our party in campaign 2 will come across the consequences of Boris's greedy actions.
No.
But until then, this has been Charmed Persons. Thank you all so much for joining us. Special shout out to Mojo, Miranda Johnson. Thank you for joining us and for being our special guest. Thank you to my players, the best players that I can ask for. Tomorrow, we will not be having anything streamed, so day off. And then this coming Sunday is a week from today, and it's going to be as I...
it's a one shot.
It is, it's going to be, yes, it is going to be another one shot in the world of Tayaroth. So be
Oh my
prepared
gosh, I love
for
these
that.
like mini stories.
They're setting up stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Miranda, and as always, everybody say bye!
Bye.